Welcome into the Depressed Dallas Boys podcast, where we speak on everything Cowboys in the NFL. I'm your host, Noah, joined by Miles, Caib, Damien, and Justin. How are we doing today, guys?
Big chillin'.
Doing good.
You got Miles,
Great
bro.
day to talk about football. Let's go.
Let's fucking do it. So I don't actually have anything that we have to recap today. No new members. You all already know us. So we're going to jump right into Dallas versus New York Giants on Thanksgiving. Dallas beating New York 27-20 off of a career rushing game by Rico Dowdle. 22 carries, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown. Wasn't quite my prediction of 33-13, but it was still a win. That's all that matters. Guys, what do we think about the win? I mean, we got the win. That's what matters, right?
Yeah, we're happy about it.
We handle business.
I'm a little worried.
Very happy about it.
I'm a little worried that we stayed, or we allowed the Giants to stay in the game as long as they did. I know they got a late touchdown, and the game was kind of out of it from there. But it's still, it is a little concerning. We we only won 27-20 against a really bad Giants team, starting Drew Lock. I mean, he wasn't doing too crazy great, but he also was serviceable. I think we would have had a better chance at a blowout if we went up against Tommy DeVito. But I don't know. I'm a little worried about it. I mean, what do you guys think? Would you be a little concerned about a close win against the Giants, or is it just chalk it up to a divisional game?
I think it's just a divisional game, to be honest.
And you gotta think about it, like it's two backup quarterbacks. Like, I mean, if it was Dak and it was that close, I would be concerned. But it's Cooper Rush versus Drew Lock. I'm not surprised the score was like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I always think division games are, tough anyway, like backup or not. So, we did let them stick around, but, it's a division game. It's going to be competitive.
they're always tough.
Yeah.
Always tough. I know.
Those are always 50-50 no matter the record.
Oh, it don't matter. I mean, Washington was supposed to throttle Dallas, and that didn't happen. So, I mean.
Great example is the Jets versus Patriots a couple years ago.
Oh, my God. That is a great. Yeah.
Dolphins
anytime. I mean, the Bills kind of have that division on lock, right? So,
yeah,
you don't have to worry about them. But, dude, the offense and defense in general, I mean, we got to the quarterback. We got pressure for once, which is unheard of from this team, it seems. But, we were able to actually get pressure on Drew Lock, made him have to scramble around a little bit. DeMarvion Overshown coming out, showing why we drafted him. He is a stud, man. He's a fucking stud.
Man, imagine if he didn't get hurt last year.
Oh, my God.
The GOAT.
He's a GOAT. Did you all see that he wants to switch to 0, and the Cowboys are not wanting to let him do it? Let him switch to 0.
We have a fucking mascot, bro. Hey, that damn mascot better put his damn head down.
Why can't I don't understand why can't Overshown have 0 and Rowdy can still be 0? Who gives a hell? Who gives a damn?
Be double 0.
Yeah. Jerry Jones is fucking
Rowdy
brain
double
dead,
0.
bro. You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand. It's not like the numbers retired or anything.
Bro.
What happened?
Jerry always has dumb reasons on why you can't have something.
Jerry is always the problem. Let's be real. I mean, Jerry, there's no reason to really go back into it, right? We know what Jerry is.
Yep.
But this game was a clear definition of what Dallas is. They're 5-7, okay? They're not, they're not right now in the heat of the playoff race. They're nowhere close to it right now. I think this is a step in the right direction if you want Dallas to make the playoffs. If you want them to get a high draft pick, you're probably sitting there like, why the fuck did you win? But these players don't go out to lose. They don't go out to throw the game away. I'd be a little concerned. I'm a little concerned that it was as close as it was. We let a really bad Giants team stick around. And it shouldn't have happened. You held the running game pretty decently, though. I mean, the run defense is doing fine. Tyrone Tracy's been pretty damn good as a running back. So poor Evan Neal had to go up against Micah Parsons all game, and I know he was regretting that the entire time. But I don't know. I think the game went well. It wasn't necessarily the result that a lot of people wanted, but it's a win. Who cares, right?
Yep.
Right.
I know Cooper Rush, 21 for 36, 195 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he did what he needed to do, right? It's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, he managed the game.
He managed the game,
Yeah.
exactly. He didn't need to do a ton, right? Like, Cooper Rush is a fine backup quarterback. He's not exactly somebody you want starting for him, but if he has to start, then sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
get the job done.
there's not a whole lot you have to recap from this game. DeMarvion Overshown getting the pick six. I mean, that was amazing. I don't think anybody actually expected that.
That
to
was
be
an
honest.
amazing play, bro.
Ooh.
Like, it's the way that he read the play. Like, that shit was crazy.
He was able to tip the ball and actually pick it off and return it for a touchdown. That was impressive.
Yeah. He had best linebacker all time potential to me.
He's
Like, he
got
just
it.
has all the
He
tools.
really does.
First time that's ever happened since, first time that a player's had 5 sacks on a season and an interception returned for a touchdown since DeMarcus Ware in 2008. I'd start,
Bro, it's crazy. It's
Like-
crazy because y'all remember it was like the Saints and the Ravens game. They were limiting his snaps.
Yeah.
They were trying. We were still
Yeah.
trying to figure out what we had.
Yeah.
The first three to 5 weeks, we always try to figure out what we had. That's why the run game really wasn't there. It just started picking up slowly every week because we didn't really know what we had at first. But yeah, DeMarvion, bro, he's giving me a more athletic Luke Kuechly vibe for some reason. Or do y'all remember Patrick Willis, like a slimmer Patrick Willis, bro?
That'd be a good one.
For some reason.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Patrick Willis, real physical linebacker. Overshown has some things that Overshown has some things that he has to clean up. His pass protection is still a little iffy at times, but his run hole finding ability is pretty good. I think he'll be an amazing addition to this team in the future. We're actually gonna roll into the next topic, which is talking about DeMarvion Overshown. I mean, what do you think his ceiling is, guys? Do you think it's going to be, do you think he's going to be one of the best to ever do it, or do you think he's, going to turn into a serviceable starter? I mean, what's your opinions on him?
He's
I
at
mean,
his
right
floor
now-
right now. He's obviously
Yeah.
at his floor. This is the worst we're going to see the kid, bro. You got to think, like, this is really his first year playing. More time, he's obviously going to get better and better and better. So that's the scary part, bro. So really, you can't, like, do a player comparison. Because in all honesty, bro, it's like having 2 Micahs, but one Micah just fucking free to do anything he wants. And that's DeMarvion Overshown, bro. That's the beauty of it. We have 2 juggernauts.
I hope that he turns out really well. I mean, I really wanted the best from him, but you're always a little hesitant whenever somebody tears their ACL or does any major damage, right?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, but to see him like come back, like from that, like a torn ACL is crazy in your rookie year. Like you don't know if you're ever going to be the same again, and you're just starting out in the NFL, and the way he's been able to adjust to the game and still become more fast coming off of that is just crazy. And the drip, all the bands on his left arm or right arm.
That shit is tough as hell.
That shit's tough.
I think he's faster than he was in college, bro. He was way faster than we did in college, bro. In my opinion. I don't know why.
well, fuck
In
it.
college, he was more versatile. Too.
So is NFL
No, he's
trials, man.
versatile now.
I mean, those
I mean,
NFL
true,
trainers are
but like
crazy.
but when you was in college, like I feel like if you put him like at safety now, like he would do good, but he like when you was playing safety and linebacker at college, like he was like that nigga, like you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you're
Man,
saying, bro.
I don't-
he was a big ass safety there.
Yeah,
Shit.
he was a fucking massive safety.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
like
kind of
Taylor
like
Mays.
it's kind of like putting Donovan Wilson at safety. You know, you have the same
He is a
play
safety.
style.
He's quite really a safety.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I'm saying is I said it wrong. If you put DeMarvion at safety, it'd be exactly like, Donovan Wilson.
Mm-mm,
Very
better, in my
aggressive.
opinion.
Very aggressive player is what I mean.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
He wasn't really suited to be, a safety. They used him quite a bit at Texas at linebacker, and I think that's his best spot.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know exactly his stats in college. I mean, he's obviously a star young player for us. Somebody who is also not a star player, or somebody who's also considered to be a star player for us, is Johnathan Mingo, Miles' favorite player. We're gonna
Bro.
move. We're gonna move right into that because there's nothing needs to be said about recapping this game. And and DeMarvion Overshown. We know how great he is, and we know how the game went. I want to know what Johnathan Mingo has on Miles to just make him hate him. Miles, what is your deal with Johnathan Mingo? Do you not see the potential in him?
I mean, like I see wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 potential, but if we're talking wide receiver 2, I don't see that happening at all. Like, yeah, he was good at college. I remember watching him a couple of times, but like, I know he wasn't in a good situation with Carolina, but it's just like the coaches they seen him practice and whatever, and they was still like, oh yeah, we need to go get another wide receiver like they did with Deontay Johnson. So that just make it. So for me, it just make it seem like he's just not that guy to be like wide receiver 2. Like I wouldn't be mad if we had him at the 3, and like if we was to cut Tober or something, but like if we had him at wide receiver 2, I'll be pissed.
You don't have to cut Tolbert though. I mean, are you?
Jalen Brooks.
Yeah, cut Jalen Brooks, man.
Yeah, cut Jalen Brooks. Yeah.
You're not gonna keep
Hey,
him over
yeah.
Jalen Brooks, right?
I
Fuck.
think Mingo has a lot of potential though, bro. Like we obviously running plays for him for summer. He must be doing something in practice that has a coaching staff and wow. Cause you saw in the versus the Giants, it was like 3 straight balls that went his direction for some odd reason. I don't know what it is. It has to be something that he's doing in practice to make it look like he's going to be something.
It's just not
I think he has a lot of
translating.
potential to be wide receiver too.
Maybe we should see him with a better quarterback.
That's,
Like,
yeah.
I know it's
No
more like let's see him with Dak next year. Like we still probably got him. Yeah, we still will have him. He'll have another chance in training camp to show like what he's got. Him and Tolbert, could still be great.
I
Who
would
knows?
fucking hope so. I would hope we'd still have him next year. We traded a 4th round pick for him.
Yeah, you should have a
Yeah.
fucking 4th rounder for his ass.
He got
Yeah,
2
yeah.
more years.
I
Got
mean,
2 more
I
years.
wouldn't be giving up on him immediately. Like,
He's technically fresh off the flight too. This is only his second game.
Right,
Fresh
it's-
off the flight.
it's only his second active game. I think he's got potential to be good. You're not going to bring Brandon Cooks back, right? I mean,
Oh no.
so you're going to need somebody to step up.
Nah, he done.
Yeah. Brandon Cooks, bro, I don't care about that touchdown, bro. That nigga could not separate for nothing. Even that touchdown was somewhat bad coverage, bro.
That was
It
a
was just
beautiful.
bad coverage.
That was a beautiful touchdown, though.
It was a beautiful
It's
ball.
the same touchdown they always throw to him. It's
Yeah, they
always
always
he's
throw
doing
they
a slant.
that's what, bro. That's the same play they used against the Chargers, bro. I was like,
Literally.
what the fuck?
Bro, and the Dolphins, Miles.
You can run that goal line corner.
Yeah,
bro.
and the Dolphins, yes, like what the fuck?
He always gets that little like to the sideline type touchdown catch. And I'm like, bro, it's always thrown perfectly. And then he does the arrow. I'm like, that's the only
Bro,
thing
you
you
got
can do,
2
bro.
catches
I mean,
for 9 yards, 1 pipe down. Pipe
Y'all
down.
already know how I feel about Brandon Cooks though, but like I ain't gonna lie, he is done. Like he getting old. Like he doesn't know how to run routes anymore. Like he depends on his speed to like get him open, and so like yeah, he just need to let him go.
And he's tiny as
Yeah.
shit. I'm tired of tiny
That
receivers.
nigga,
Yeah,
Like
he's
just
tiny.
big.
that nigga run like a badass
Okay.
kid, bro. Y'all see how that nigga run? That nigga, the way that nigga run just makes me mad, bro. I don't know why. He be stomping the ground and shit, bro. Just run.
Every time they fucking get Cavante Turpin involved, it seems to work out. Why not get him involved more? See what you got,
That's
in
it.
Mingo, man.
We have a embodiment of aneurysm, bro. We have an aneurysm as a coach. The embodiment of it, bro. we have a dumb guy. You know what I'm saying?
I
We
mean,
call him Twinkie, Twinkie, bro.
he's getting better, which is a little surprising that McCarthy, his play calling hasn't been atrocious the last 2 games. So I don't know. I'd like to see Johnathan Mingo a little bit more involved. I mean, he's getting, he got 3 targets last game. He didn't really get that much, he didn't get that much run. I mean, he's only got 131 yards total for the season. That's not great. But he also spent half the season in Carolina, and he's going to spend the rest of the season with Dallas. You got to see what you have in him.
Yeah, you gotta learn that playbook. You gotta learn that playbook.
Could he do something against the Bengals though?
That's the question. I don't know.
Yeah, he will because the Bengals secondary is terrible.
Oh,
bro.
my God. It
If
is
he
so
can't
bad.
get a yard against, if he can't get a yard against, we gotta have some conversation.
Their number 1 corner is Cam Taylor-Britt, and he's one of the worst corners in the league right now. That's not great.
That's why I don't. Go ahead, Caib.
I was just saying he was good. I was just picking up. My fault.
No, you good. All I was finna say is that's why I don't think the Bengals would take Ashton Jennings in the draft. I feel like they would take Will Johnson. Because they need help in the secondary.
Yeah, they do.
That shit is ass.
He needs something. He needs something back there.
Who would have thought that Chidobe Awuzie would have been like the deal breaker for their defense?
And Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jesse Bates left too. I forgot about that shit. Oh my God, man. I really hope that Mingo can get it going. You trade a 4th-round pick for somebody, they better be useful. That's 2 4th-round picks we've traded, by the way, for players that haven't done shit for this team.
Hold on. To be fair, Trey Lance is a 3rd string. Mingo was on Carolina. We have to have 2 complete conversations about them motherfuckers. Because Mingo was in a bad situation. Trey Lance was in 49ers throwing picks. You know what I'm saying? Those are 2 different players.
That is 2 different players, but they're still the same player when it comes to production. Neither of them produced. Carolina, he was their number 2 wide receiver for a while.
You have more of an excuse with Mingo than with Trey Lance. You had Debo and Kittle and Ayuk. You tell me you throw more picks and touchdowns?
He also didn't play with them too much.
Yeah.
No, when he did,
he was always hurt.
He did throw picks. When he did, he threw picks.
It was like 2 games, and it was like his
he played like 2
year.
games, second year. I don't know. I don't know if I like that comparison too much. I think it's.
Look, this is what happened with Trey Lance. When he was in San Francisco, Jimmy Garoppolo was the start, and then he was doing bad, and then Kyle Shanahan said, okay, we're going to finally do Trey Lance. When they finally start Trey Lance, he barely got his feet wet because they were starting Jimmy Garoppolo. We get him in the game. He goes out after 2 games. Then when he gets that, Brock Purdy becomes relevant, so he never gets his chance. So it's not really Trey Lance's fault, man. He never really got the chance because he's either been stayed injured or other niggas.
Well, he also hasn't done anything in Dallas either. I mean, he looked good in the preseason until that last game, and then he lost his mind.
Oh my God!
Against the Rams, he looked.
Didn't he throw 4 picks?
Yeah.
Yeah, he threw 5 picks in the last game.
Oh, the only good preseason game he had was against the Raiders. Against the Rams and against the Chargers, he looked at butt.
He's like Colin Kaepernick. That's the only thing he can do is run.
I mean, at least Colin Kaepernick could wow you sometimes with some crazy throws.
Colin Kaepernick took him to a Super Bowl.
That is true. He did take him to a Super Bowl.
But bro, that pass motion. Oh my god, so
But I
ugly.
feel
That
like
pass was a little ugly, but he went to Nevada, so come some slack.
He's
but
still
I feel
trying. He's still trying to get back in. Fuck it, just sign
but I
Colin
feel
Kaepernick.
like
what's
I
that?
feel like why,
Bro, I would.
I feel like why
You
would
look Kaepernick.
play Lance in a run package like the Steelers use Justin Fields?
Facts, bro. That helped us
We
so much in the
tried.
red
I don't know
zone,
why
too.
they don't do that.
We tried last game.
Oh, we tried, but you know
We
what?
did-
The
we did
teams we
try.
play are actually smart. The teams we play are smart. They stay on Lance, bro.
No, they
Yeah.
know.
On field, they somehow just go to the running back for some reason, bro. They
Well,
don't even be playing field when he's in the game for real.
They know that they know with Lance, if you put him in the game, that that he's not going to throw the ball. So all they got to do is play coverage and then stack the box. Just
You know, it doesn't really work either because I remember when Jalen Hurts got drafted and Carson Wentz was still the quarterback. They tried to really use him as a utility player, get him in with those runs. It didn't really work. So I don't really think you can really use that running quarterback. Wait, Marcus Mariota too, but he worked. But that's really an
He
exception.
was in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Bro, I
Yeah.
remember
Devil-
when they did that shit. It was Thanksgiving against the Raiders. They had Derek Carr lined up with Trayvon Diggs. They put Marcus Mariota in, and he scored a fucking touchdown.
You know how mad I was. Thank you for bringing up that game.
Oh,
You know
yeah, I
how
remember that.
mad I was, bro. The Anthony Brown game, bro. Oh my gosh.
That shit was a fucking
Oh,
shit show.
Anthony Brown, I hate that guy.
Bro, it didn't.
That was
It
when
was-
Michael Gallup decided to be the greatest receiver of all time.
Yes, bro. They really tried to play Dak. Some Cowboy fans tried to blame Dak for that loss. The motherfucker didn't even have his wide receiver 1 or 2.
Oh yeah, because Coop got canceled because they said he had COVID or something. I mean, they didn't let him play because he had COVID.
yeah.
Yeah.
Vaccine.
They see that concussion.
We rolled out with Cedric Wilson and Michael Gallup and said, fucking
Hey, that was the fucking legacy game for Michael Gallup, though. That's how he got his massive
Gallup,
contract.
they both
That's
had
how
a
we
honey.
got him back.
They both had a honey behind though. They both had one.
We was going back and forth with the Raiders, and I feel like I think Michael Gallup got injured that game too, and I still don't get why we signed him after that.
Gallup
It
didn't
was
get
weird.
hurt.
No,
Gallup
Gallup-
really got his
Did he get
back
injured in the
again.
playoff game?
He got hurt.
He got injured versus Arizona.
Was it? Yeah, it was Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing that too. I saw, yeah, Gallup. And he grabs me. I started crying.
All right, we're gonna move on a little bit to the offensive line, guys. They've been playing out of their mind. That's 2 straight games where they've not given up a sack, both against Washington and New York, both of which have a pretty good defensive line. Damien, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the offensive line and how they've played without their star right guard in Zach Martin?
You know, I was really surprised how they played against what was it? The Giant? No, Washington, because we didn't have Tyler Smith as well, so I was really surprised. I was really happy with them because even with our starters, we don't really perform that well. I feel like.
Yeah, they just don't. They don't really perform well. It seems like when they have to
Like
put
the
in a
scheme
defensive or
won't work out.
a backup offensive guard. But
Yeah.
I mean, Bass has been great for the most part.
And
Bass and Hoffman.
Hoffman too.
And Hoffman.
Yeah.
Hoffman's a dog.
He a
Oh,
dog.
I don't even think we need to go offensive line in the draft. I'll say just, you know what? We got our future with Bass and Hoffman. We could rotate them because they're actually solid players, bro.
I think.
They really
And
are.
Smith, the All Pro.
I think if
left
there's
guard.
a.
No. We already know we got Smith and Caib.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
We
think
already
if there's somebody there,
I know.
like a best player available type guy, I would. I'd
And
draft.
if Kelvin Banks or Will Campbell's there, let's say you get.
If Will Campbell's there, we take him, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
you take it.
Like everything else. Go best player available in the first round, and if it's an offensive lineman, then whatever. Just
Hey, and get Omarion Hampton or Judkins in the second, bro.
oh my god,
We good.
Oh, Juggins. I like Juggins.
Judkins is
Man,
crazy. Is
Hampton is better.
I like
Hampton
the
might be
Hampton.
better than Jincy though, bro.
Hampton
Might be.
what's his name? What's the other running back from Ohio State? Henderson. Is
Henderson.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
love him too. He actually might be the best running back in the class too.
Is
bro.
he-
He's good.
Is he
But
going
not
to the
the
draft?
actual ball.
Fit our scheme more. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's more of a guard,
he's
you
a
know?
senior.
Oh, I didn't know if
What
he was
about
a
Ollie
senior or
Gordon
not.
from Oklahoma State?
No, fuck Ollie Gordon. Fuck that.
Ollie
Fuck Ollie
bro,
Gordon.
Nah, he need to stay one more year. He fucked up. his
He's been
draft, so
ass.
He's probably gonna go on the draft.
He's been really bad this year. Ollie
What
Gordon.
about
is-
Damien?
Colorado
Wait, who y'all talking about?
Colorado Hampton.
Ollie
Uh,
Gordon from.
If you get
Hollywood.
hit stick by Shiloh Sanders, bro, you lost your credibility in the draft.
Fuck.
That's all I gotta say.
He's not. He's. I don't think Shiloh is he going to the draft.
Yes.
Shiloh's
Yeah.
Shiloh's good, bro. In
Oh
my
my
opinion,
God.
He's a
Shiloh.
fifth rounder at best.
I don't.
Shiloh's going. He's like a Donovan Wilson type of player, in my opinion.
He's somebody that needs to sit for a while before he's ready. Go ahead and.
Yeah.
No, he's a rotational. Like he's really best at probably like nickel because he's actually good in coverage. In his whole college career, he only allowed 1 touchdown. So it's not like he's a bad coverage guy. You know what
But
I'm
if he
saying?
sits for a while, by that time, it'll be 26 or something.
Shit.
Because
No,
the
he's
guy's
30.
already up.
He's 25 already. He's already 25.
25? Yeah, a 25-year-old rookie.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
To be honest, bro, that's not ridiculous. Cause we're seeing that more and more. Joe Burrow like 23, 24 when he got drafted. It's not ridiculous no more.
But
To
those
see,
are
like old
quarterbacks.
rookies.
I'm
But
talking
Tank
about
Dell,
position.
like Tank Dell, like 24 when he got drafted.
Yeah, drafting at 24 is not unheard of
You don't
anymore.
draft those high. You don't draft those high. Will Levis is 26 years old, so it's not unheard of.
Fuck Will Levis.
Hold on. I know this is off topic as fuck, but Noah, tell like your opinion about Will Levis to Caib, because me and Caib.
Oh my God,
Logan-
I would love
me and
to.
Caib been looking to a conversation about Will Levis on Sunday.
Yes.
Okay,
bro.
why do
That's
you-
a good thing, bro.
What was the conversation? What is Will Levis to you, Cabe?
I say if you just give him a true number 1, because he has fucking Nick number 15 dude and the posse just running routes for him. I think if you
Jalen
get
Hurts.
him like a McMillan or a Burden, bro, he actually can do some work, bro. I don't think he's as bad because his arm is unteachable. He can put the
Imagine they
ball
started
where he
AJ Brown.
needs.
Yes, that boy got an arm.
He does.
He
have an
has
arm.
the arm. If you just get him accuracy, like his accuracy is not even that bad. Like Logan said, it's a lot of drops happening in Tennessee. It is not his fault for a lot of his completions, his completion percentage being down. If you just get him the right weapons, bro, because really he's not playing. He's a good every 3 games. Every other 3 games, he's good. Boyd, what you haven't even heard his name this year. You heard that Nike. I don't even know how to say his name. You pretty much heard him and Pollard and that Chidobe guy, that tight end. You get him a true number 1 and some more weapons, he's going to be at least what's a good, probably like Joe Flacco, because Joe Flacco had a big arm. If you
I
could
don't
just
see,
get
I
Joe
don't see
Flacco,
Will Levis going good. I just don't.
His
So
rookie year wasn't bad though. He was
Exactly.
throwing that rock.
Hey, he never played a lot of football, bro. You got to also think about that. In college, he never played that much. High school, he didn't play that much. So it's like an Anthony Richardson, bro.
So I am. Everybody knows that I am the leader and drum banger of the Fuck the Will Levis Club. So I had to watch Will Levis at Kentucky. Okay, Will Levis he played 2 years at Kentucky with Liam Cohen as his offensive coordinator in his first year. He had a Dane Key. He had a Barian Brown. He had weapons on offense. He would always do the same shit every game. And he does it now in the pros. He does, excuse me, he does this thing where he'll go hot in one game and then he'll absolutely stink it up in the next game. He does the exact same thing in the pros. And to
Yo, that's true.
and to say that he has no weapons, look, I don't know what kind of weapons he needs, but he's got Calvin Ridley. He's got Tony Pollard. He's got a decent offensive
Calvin
line.
really hasn't done nothing for real, bro.
Well, he can't do anything if he doesn't get the ball.
I mean, it's not like he can't get it there. You need to run some better routes. I'm trying to tell you. Get
He's-
your ass in that damn field.
like,
run some
Will-
damn routes.
Are we forgetting what happened at the beginning of the season with Will Levis doing the dumbest things possible and
Yeah.
having a weekly meme reel?
Yeah, he
I
had,
mean-
like a whole bunch
Bro, he
of
was-
fumbles at one point.
If he did that
He was
shit,
Cliff Farmer, bro.
if he did that
He
shit
was Cliff Farmer.
in the pros, he did that shit all the time in the pros. He did that all the time at Kentucky, and the only reason it didn't get national media attention is because he played at Kentucky, which is not an SEC, a premium SEC football program. He did that shit all the time. He had a decent junior year, and Then he came back for his senior year and he played horribly. And I'm sitting here in my old Kentucky home, sitting on my couch, watching the draft analysts oogle over Will Levis because he can throw the ball 500 yards down the field, but he can't complete a pass because his accuracy fucking sucked.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. His short, medium accuracy is not the best, but also when you look at it, bro, who he's throwing to, bro? He's throwing to a bunch of me and Damien's, bro.
His
He's
awareness,
he's throwing to fucking nobody.
I swear to God, his awareness, his awareness and his decision making have always been bad. Now, if he can be coached out of that stuff, kind of like how Jameis Winston, he's a very good comparison in my opinion. Somebody who is a boomer bust player every single drive. Right. He is somebody I could see going 30 for 30. He can throw for 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, look like the best NFL quarterback of all time. And then, oh, wait, by the way, he threw 30 interceptions as well. Oh, and he fumbled the ball 500 times. Like, he does that shit. I will always be on the fuck Will Levis board until he proves to me that he is not that player from Kentucky.
What happened to Traylon Burks?
That nigga's a bud.
He's there. Yeah, he's buns. He's buns. He's done and over with.
Bro, speaking of James Winston, y'all saw that Monday night graphic, bro.
Yes, bro.
That was so wild. Okay, we got way off topic. We were talking about the offensive line. Damien brought up how well they're playing. Look, Tyler Guyton is hurt again. Who did they had Chuma Adoga at left tackle. That really worries me because he's not the greatest.
I want to see Richards there.
I thought he was on IR.
No, you was on. Yeah, you on IR. Yeah, I saw him on Sounds of the Sideline, and he was on the sideline where he like.
Yeah, because he played really well in the Washington game and then got put on IR.
Damn.
I know. Look, Tyler Guyton is going to need a ton of time, and I'm really hoping that they can get it together and get him on the right track. Cooper Beebe as well needs to really fix his snaps. He's got a lot of high and low snaps, but first year at center,
Yeah.
Got to give him a little bit of. Got to get him a little leeway. Not a lot of pressures. That is true.
Hey,
he's a good pass protector.
Mm-hmm. He's very good. He's not a good run blocker. He is a bad run blocker. But
I mean, it's hard to snap and try to block. It
is very. But I think the issue with BB is he can pass block very well. It's a lot easier to snap the ball and get your hands up and protect. It's harder to snap the ball, get your hands up, and push. And I think that's just mainly an inexperienced thing with BB. He's not quite there yet. But, I mean, Hoffman and Bass have been holding it down at right guard. And I
fucking love Hoffman.
I hate to say it, but when Zach Martin was in the game, he was kind of a liability, right? Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, decline. Oh.
I hate to say it, man, but Zach Martin was a liability.
He's done. He's done.
He's got to retire, bro.
Yeah. And it sucks, too.
We keep wasting these primes, man. And it's just,
bro. We wasted Tyrone Smith and Zach Martin.
Hey, to be fair,
and Travis Frederick.
Tyron Smith is ass. You know what I'm saying?
Now
he's been bad this year with New York.
Very wild.
Who isn't bad when they go to New York, though?
I think we dodged the bullet, bro. I think we dodged the bullet.
Well, they paid him, it was like a 1 year, $18 million contract? I mean, it's not going to matter for them.
15,
was it 15?
We dodged that.
It was too much money. We know that.
Way too much.
I mean, I think maybe, what about, I've seen people actually suggest this, and I wouldn't be opposed to it. What would you say if, like, what's his name, Will Campbell, the left tackle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Will Campbell. you pick him up in the draft and you move Guyton to right tackle. I would.
Move Guyton.
If Will Campbell gets drafted, he's getting moved to guard solely because he can't really move. Plus, his flaws are very teachable, bro. It just flags. Just stop holding on sometimes. A lot of his flags come after the ball is out of the quarterback's hands, bro.
Yeah.
When the holding, he's just doing too much after the ball is out of the quarterback's hand, or when the ball's about to get out of the quarterback's hands. He's just doing too much. When you look at his pass sets, they're not terrible all the time. Of course, it's gonna be a little different because change the kick steps from going from right side to the left. That's difficult, and he's really picked it up, bro. But when your hand placement is different, it's gonna feel a lot different. So he's just getting adjusted. So it's not like he's getting flat out beat all the time, because that's not the case. It's just every time we get a big play, we see that flag, and they show the camera the guide, and we already know what time it is.
It's either Guyton or it's Smith, man.
And isn't he playing a different position than he played in college?
Yeah, he's
he was
a
right
natural right tackle.
Kind of. So they had him at right tackle, but the only reason he was at right tackle was because he had a left-handed quarterback. So that was the blind side for Oklahoma.
That's true.
But it's still the same thing. He still switched from right tackle to left tackle. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed if you found a better option at tackle and you could move Guyton to his natural position at right tackle. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Don't go out of your way to make the change. But, somebody drops in the draft and you get the chance to pick up a generational left tackle, fucking do it. Like,
Hey, I don't think there's no good left tackles, bro, because look, Banks, he's out of getting moved to a right tackle or guard. They're both too slow. They're heavy in the ass, bro. Guyton, he's pretty light in the ass to play tackle, bro. So he can move. He can also get back. So that's why I say just build on Guyton. And I say draft, if we're gonna go tackle, get Cameron Williams, a 21-year-old out of Texas. Get him to sit behind Terrence Steele because he's a right tackle. And then we get him, develop him. Guess what we're gonna do is Steele. We gonna get that nigga the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
he's been all right. I mean,
He's been all right.
he's been okay the last few games.
Not all pro.
No, he's not. He's not worth the contract he's making now. But he hasn't been bad the last 2 games.
But I also feel like all this had to do with fucking the O-line coach.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I don't know who the O-line coach is, but we didn't have these problems when we had the previous O-line coach.
What coach? Yeah, because I remember preseason, Tyler Guyton, he was putting the work to Max Crosby. I was like, oh, okay, this nigga got potential. Now all of a sudden, it's like, what the fuck?
Well, you look at what an O-line coach. I've seen that point argued on Instagram and shit, where people are saying, well, an O-line coach doesn't have anything to do with it. That's bullshit. Because if you look at what the Saints have done with Trevor Penning, who's been garbage his entire career, he's actually having a pretty decent year in New Orleans. And that all comes with training. Who's the person that facilitates your training? It's going to be the O-line coach. It's going to be the coach for your position. I mean, it's the same thing with quarterbacks. It's the same thing with any position is going to have a coach that tells you how you should handle certain things, how you should hold the ball, how you should snap it, how you should catch it. Should you catch it with your chest? Unless you're Terrence Williams, who refuses to catch with his hands. But
I thought he was the best receiver in the league at one point, bro.
He was fucking awesome.
Him and Dez was tough. I don't care.
He was awesome.
The best duo.
He really
And
had
Beasley?
a Terrence Williams part 2, but with Michael Gallup, bro.
But
that was really Terrence Williams part 2.
A coordinator, or not a coordinator, I'm sorry, a position coach changes the game. It does.
Look at Al Harris, man.
Exactly.
Al Harris turned our corners into getting blown out of coverages to being pick crazy guys. You always getting a pick, almost some unknowns getting a pick, and I'm like, what? What are you doing?
I remember Deshaun Wright had that legacy game, bro.
You think about it.
Can you talk about the scout, bro? The scout that be getting these USFL players, bro.
Oh yeah.
Can we shed light on him, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Bro, we hit 3 out of 3.
That's a position that a lot of NFL teams are starting to open up now, is just UFL scouting, because they need to. You know, you can't expect your normal scouting staff to go out, stop what they're doing on the draft, and go, you know, look at the UFL. I think the main thing with the offensive line, I'm gonna be a little worried to see how they handle Cincinnati and the Eagles. They didn't play so hot against the Eagles, so you've got a couple of pretty good tests, and Tampa. Tampa's got a sneaky good defensive line as well. So you've got Vita Vea and Kalijah Cansey have both been pretty good.
And you got Trey Hendrickson on the
I
Bengals.
got a question for y'all boys.
What's that?
Well, speaking back on the O line, what y'all think about, like, if we lose out and we're like a top 5 draft pick? If so, what would y'all think about getting Will Campbell?
Oh, I'd love it.
No tackle, no O lineman is worth drafting top 5. If we're gonna go O line, I say trade back, get some assets, then pick our O line. But if we're talking about like just flat out getting a top 5 pick and drafting a O lineman, that's just dumb. You got to get receiver, corner, or BPA or Genty. You know, this offensive line draft is like not good because there's no really tackle number 1.
There's no
all the tackles
standouts.
are getting moved to guards.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all, I all agreed. I thought we all agreed we were going to get Genty. What happened to all this Will Campbell?
Genty, I'm still skeptical on Genty because, like, why would you sell out on a running back first round when the running back is like an excellent? It's like an excellent group.
The lifespan is.
It's such an excellent group.
I think it's a lifespan issue.
No, I'm not even talking about lifespan, bro. If you can get 4 good years, that's cool. But what I'm saying, you got like 7 running back ones in this draft that you can get.
Yeah.
So why sell out on one in the first
well,
round?
You kind of know, right?
He's different. Ashton Jennings, he's different.
But Omarion Hampton is probably just as good skill wise, bro.
You could get him in the second round too. But
and he's kind of playing in a weak, conference.
That's the issue. I think is Jonty's playing at Boise State, and
he did good against Oregon.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's had these amazing games against great teams. I just think there's a lot of question marks around how good he can be against that top competition. We're gonna find out. They play Georgia this.
They
play Georgia.
Yeah. It's Georgia and Boise State. Or no, it's not Georgia. I'm thinking of Indiana. Sorry. No, they've got a bye. So whoever they're gonna get, it might be Georgia. Whoever they're gonna get, we'll decide that.
Again, the top 12.
Yeah, they're 10th.
They won their division. That's how they get the bye.
Yeah, I know. Jonty, I'm kind of with Caib. I wouldn't really waste a giant pick on him. I mean, if you got in the top 5, yeah, Jonty's there. You should trade back, and if he's not there, then go pick somebody up. Do not ignore the fucking off. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it this year. I swear to God, Jerry, it'll be a win of a draft if you just pick a running back. If that's the only pick you make.
You can pick a running back in the top 3 rounds and still have a win, bro. You can get Travion Henderson in the 3rd round, and hey, we got one of the best running backs in the country.
Right.
Because he can catch, he can pass block, he can run good. It's like, there's no lose-lose situation in this draft.
Only thing I'm worried about is we'll run one of the running backs into the ground like we did Zeke.
That's right.
With injuries, though.
Yeah, Zeke. I think they need to have 2 running backs. You have to have 2 running backs. Zeke didn't really have that.
Rico B.
What was his rookie year? His backup was Lance Dunbar. So
he was low key tough.
Yeah, I mean that's tough, but get somebody behind. That's why I say bring back Dowdle. Bring Dowdle back. Put him as RB1 if you want, and have the rookie come off the bench or come off his second string. Don't push a rookie into the starting spot unless that rookie is ready. That's the difference.
Like, do Jahmyr Gibson, bro. Jahmyr Gibson, nigga.
Right.
We're really in a running back league now.
But I'm with Damien. I'm like Ashton Jennings. It's just something about him, like, bro. Like, we got to get.
Like I said, I would not be mad if we got him.
I wouldn't either.
But my personal opinion, I would not sell my soul out in first round for a running back unless every damn player that we possibly wanted, like Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham, any player that's worth getting is on the board and Genty's only there. And you just push that button. Nuke it, bro. Just push that button, bro.
We could
So,
always.
I got a question for you. So, I got a question for you. If replace Saquon Barkley with Ashton Jennings, if Saquon Barkley coming out of Penn State was in this draft class, you would have taken top
Look,
5.
you listen to me. I don't give a damn if fucking Travis Hunter or Megatron get Saquon Barkley. But look, Saquon Barkley played at Penn State though. He played like major Power 5 and put
Yeah.
up numbers.
I'm kind of with Caib on that
Genty,
one.
he did
What
a
about
lot,
Christian
but you
McCaffrey
also
though?
got
What about Christian McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey. He wasn't a good prospect in college. Like I'm talking about the prospect that Genty and Barkley is. Christian McCaffrey was good, but like he's not the prospect that they were. They are, in my opinion.
Yeah, you didn't really know. I don't think anybody knew what Christian McCaffrey was going to be coming out of college.
He
They
was
knew
a
he was going to be.
receiver.
Yeah, I mean, you knew he was going to be a good running back or a good receiver, but I don't think anybody expected him to be the best or one of the best.
He was really relevant because of his dad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it's like his brother
Yeah,
now.
we
His brother's really relevant because of him. So, I mean,
His brother's been alright this year, but he ain't really do nothing special.
Let me tell
Yeah.
y'all what's gonna happen in the playoffs, bro. Solely because this is plot armor. Boise State gonna play a good team, right? And guess what? They gonna put 8 in that. They gonna put 9 in that box, and they gonna tell that quarterback, "You gotta beat me.
You gotta beat us.
me
There's
if
going to
you
be
wanna
one
win."
safety back there.
Nah,
Make
you
sure
know,
you don't throw it to
crazy.
him.
We gonna show you your running back that good, bro. We gonna put the whole. We gonna engage 9 this motherfucker, and you tell me if you gonna run this damn ball now. And
Well,
they
9
ain't.
in the box
That's-
is crazy, bro.
Cause look, only reason Boise State is so good is because they really haven't played a team that can really test them. Beside Oregon, Oregon tested them, and they did good. But when you gotta put that ball in the quarterback's hand, we gonna learn a lot about that team. Cause Genty only really getting all these numbers. Cause who else they gonna give it to? You know what I'm saying?
Really?
What other player they gonna give it to? They have to sell out to Genty if they want to even think about winning. Which is not a testament. Like it's not a bad thing towards him. But of course, he's gonna have these numbers when you have fucking McDonald. I'm not even gonna say that D1 for a reason. They have these players that's not as good that shouldn't even be on the field with the other players on the team, bro. So I'm saying, if you got that one player, you're gonna force feed him that ball. Like just think of Saquon. Saquon's putting up 3,000 yards first 2 games of the season if he played at Boise State. That's just facts.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of playoffs, we're going to move on to our next topic, which is Dallas making the playoffs. Currently, the Cowboys have a 1% chance to make the playoffs.
God damn.
They have to win out to make the playoffs, and they also need help from around the NFC. If they win out, they do shoot up to an 87% chance to make the playoffs. But that is accounting for a couple of different variables to happen that will become more clear
Watch Tim
throughout the
losing
week. You pretty much need the Eagles or Washington to lose a bunch of games in this final stretch. Look, I don't really think the Cowboys will make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to win out.
No.
They are
Lose one of those games.
they're
We're gonna go
so
like 8,
inconsistent.
9.
They're very inconsistent. Damien,
Baker Mayfield's gonna crush us.
you brought it up actually. I believe it was yesterday or I don't know. I'm too old. You brought it up that the Cowboys really needed to try to win, but needed to lose out as well. Do you think that the Cowboys should try and push for a playoff spot, or do you think that they need to focus on the
No.
draft?
I think we should focus on the draft, but at least win a division games.
Win the division game.
Yeah.
I get that. I don't really see
We
the
can't go into the
point.
off season going to having a losing division record.
Yeah. I mean, what's the point in winning out and making the playoffs? In all
Yeah,
honesty.
We can be first round
Lose.
exit.
We're gonna get our ass whooped in the playoffs.
Hang on, wait a second. We need a legacy game by Cooper Rush in the playoffs to pull off his Nick Foles type playoff run and get us to the Super Bowl. Oh my God, Kaysen's mind would explode if that happened.
No, that on the video. Cooper Rush is better than Dak.
Oh my God.
Hey, watch Cooper Rush throw for 500 yards each game, bro.
I swear to God, I don't even care if Kaysen
Bro,
talks
Noah.
so much shit about Cooper Rush versus Dak Prescott. I don't even care if we get to the Super Bowl. I'll just go, Kaysen, you were right, 100%. Cooper Rush, start him. Like, I don't care. Get us to the Super Bowl.
Kaysen would say so much shit.
Oh my God, he would say so much.
Dak is gonna play if we get to the Super Bowl, bro. And watch Dak got the rust, and you gonna fuck up. If we got Kaysen and Logan gonna be on our fucking neck, bro. It's just plot armor at this point, bro.
So,
You already know Logan's gonna be talking that shit. Logan's gonna be like, of course Dak couldn't do this shit.
bringing it back to reality for a second, I don't think that Dallas will make the playoffs. I think they'll run into something. Something will happen. They're going to play a bad game. And then it's going to be up to the coaches to make sure that this team is prepared for every single game. And then it's going to be up to the players to execute.
Defense has been playing lights out, but we're finna get 50 dropped on us Monday. I'm not gonna lie.
That Bengals offense is...
That Bengals offense is too crazy.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, he wants revenge.
Well, let's save that for a little bit later. So I just don't see this team making the playoffs. I think they're going to run into a wall. If they do, I'd be very surprised if they made it out of the wild card. Be pleasantly surprised.
I say this all the time. I'm saying when you get to the point where you have to depend on other teams to make the playoffs, you're cooked.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You just try to do what you can do. But automatically, we're probably going to lose against the Bucks. I feel like that's the game. And maybe the Panthers. Bryce Young might have a legacy game. Who knows? But we're going to lose
Bryce Young be cooking, bro. If he could almost beat the Chiefs, just imagine what he's going to do to us, bro. Just imagine what he's going to do to us.
Bryce Young had his best career game against the Chiefs.
Did you all
I was at that
game versus the Saints.
Did you all see that the Cowboys still had a potential chance at the number 1 seed?
Yes. It was so like the AFC's got to help too. I saw.
AFC's got to win all of their interconference matchups. Detroit's got to lose out. Eagles got to lose out. Fucking 49ers have to lose out. Minnesota has to lose out, except in week 17 or week 18 when they play the Lions. Like, it was so unbelievably stupid. I was like, why even bring it up at that point? Really?
No, our luck, we're finna get that number 1 seed. No, on our luck, we're getting that up.
Well, we can't anymore. We can't anymore because Detroit won on Thursday. So yeah, we definitely can't get that anymore. But but I will say, if Dallas makes the playoffs, with this roster, with all the injuries they've had, would you support bringing Mike McCarthy back?
Fuck no.
Fuck out of here.
The only way we make the playoffs is Jesus Christ come back.
I mean, we do have to give credit where credit's due, right? If he takes him to the playoffs, give him, a short contract, see what happens.
I think Mike Tom.
I give him 1 year, maybe.
Yeah, give him a prove it year. I'd be okay with that.
His prove-it year was this year.
But, okay, I get that. But taking a team with all these injuries and shit, and then, doing something, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I wouldn't be mad per se.
I don't care. His clock management has always been an issue, and that's been one of the biggest killers in all of our games.
It's not as bad as Matt Eberflus.
Niners game.
Yeah, bro. Matt had to go. That nigga was so shit.
Bro, like, when you gonna call it?
On Caleb,
it went from 40 seconds to fucking 0 seconds, bro. I said, oh my
was crazy.
God.
Matt got fired for terrible clock management, but Mike did it.
Well, Mike McCarthy went 12-5 3 seasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a little bit of a difference here.
Matt Eberflus legit had no excuse. He had a whole timeout, bro.
Yeah, I think from what it looks like in that game, just getting off subject for a little bit, what it looked like in that game, because I watched it, it looked like what was supposed to happen was Caleb was supposed to get up to the line and snap it and run a quick play. But
Yeah,
for some reason,
but
it just
you don't
didn't
do that.
happen. But people were saying, oh, well, it's Caleb's fault because of that. It's like, well, no, because the head coach still had a timeout. At what point do you stop and see, oh, well, 40 seconds have gone off the clock. I'm going to take my time out because obviously we're not getting this playoff. No, fuck that. You take that time out. Don't let all that time run off the clock. It doesn't matter what the offense was supposed to do. You're the head coach. You're in charge of that timeout.
It's like, what was he
And the way
going
the
for?
players are moving.
Was he trying to get the touchdown or something, or was he trying to get the field goal?
Well,
Man.
they were
was trying to-
I think what they were trying to do, they were trying to get the win. Okay, they were going for the touchdown, and for some reason, Caleb took that sack on first down, and they just took 1,000,005 years to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think
And-
the players thought he was going to call the timeout.
Right.
I think
That's what I'm
was
thinking.
happening.
Maybe the players, there was some kind of miscommunication somewhere. Either the players thought he was going to take the timeout or Matt Eberflus thought the offense was going to run a play or something. Nobody communicated anything, and that is a head coaching failure. That is on the head coach. If that happened in Dallas, Mike McCarthy would be gone immediately. He'd
be dead.
He'd be
Yeah,
doxxed.
shot, bro.
He'd be doxxed.
I don't know if he was walking out of that stadium.
No, he would not make it out of the
Yeah,
stadium. I mean,
Bro, gonna need Secret Service to get me off of him.
We're just
I-
talking about Philly fans or New York fans, but look at Dallas fans after you get a loss like that, man.
oh, they look
Come
so
on.
sad, man.
Oh,
You look out into the crowd, like when they do that pan shit where they show the crowd, you see all these extremely sad
gosh.
sad fans and shit. It's like, I wouldn't be, if I was at a game like that. The one time I went to a game, I was like, look, I'm going to a Giants game because I know we can beat them. But if we lose and I'm at the game, yeah, I'm gonna look sad as shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I just paid $500 for a ticket to watch y'all get your ass kicked. Fuck that.
Rudy?
My first game was back in 2019. I was 16. My dad kept saying, he was like, okay, we're going to take you to Dallas because you got cousins that are Dallas fans. They live out there for your 16th birthday. I'm like, okay, what's the game? I'm like, Green Bay game. I was like, bet, I'm going to see Aaron Rodgers, okay? Fly there. We get there. Go to, I forgot what part of Texas they live, but we get to Arlington, Texas, and go to Fort Worth also, too, and go to Stockyards. I was like, this shit fun as hell. And then we get to the stadium, take the tours, all that, game day, get something to eat, all that other shit. Go to Texas Live, get to the game. You know what happens. It was 2019-20. One season.
Yikes.
I know that pain you
Oh,
feeling, bro. Look, and then
That's
Dak get
right.
his famous stat pad, bro. We
we left the stadium right when Gallup, I think, or Amari Cooper got that little spin around it, the touchdown. We left right there.
But
I didn't
look,
even
bro,
get to see us.
I know y'all remember 2017. It was our game to go to the playoffs. Zeke came back fresh off suspension against the Seahawks. I was at that game, bro. That was my first game ever for the Cowboys. Go there. Guess what Zeke did? He said he's gonna get 200 yards. Guess how much yards that motherfucker had?
20.
90 fucking 8 yards on 27 carries, bro. It was terrible.
Prime Zeke. I'll kiss him
And
right now.
look, y'all remember that throw that Dak did? We going left and threw it to Dez cross body. I don't think y'all know. On the
Wait,
sideline.
which game is this?
The 2017 go to the playoffs with the Cowboys versus the Seahawks.
Oh, on Christmas?
Oh, okay,
Christmas Eve?
yeah.
It was like going,
Yeah, I
to,
remember
going
that.
to the left.
And we
He
lost
threw
that
it
game,
down
right?
to Dez. Next play, Dez drops it for a pick, bro. That was the story of my fucking life that day.
I remember that game. Yeah,
So we're
I
gonna
forgot about that.
move on just a little bit because we're actually moving pretty well. So obviously we know that as we've talked about, Cincinnati and Dallas play on Monday Night Football, and apparently it's going to be some Simpsons bullshit nobody cares about. What do we think
No, you
about?
know damn well you care about that shit.
I don't care about that.
No,
Fuck
but-
that.
I don't know why the NFL did that shit. Like they did that with Toy Story last
That was
2 years
stupid.
ago, whatever. Oh my god.
They're just trying to do new shit. What do we think is going to happen with the Cincinnati game? I mean, Justin, you kind of touched on it earlier. That offense is extremely high powered, but their defense is a pretty big question mark.
2 years ago, we did what we had to do. Trayvon locked them up, but that was 2 years ago, and we had a crazy defense. This offense this year is the same. They've been like that game against, I forgot, on Thursday night. Who did they play? Who did they play again?
Which Thursday night game? Because they played on a couple of them. Was it recently?
Damn, I didn't even know they played on a couple.
Yeah, they played a
Whatever
couple
that
of
game. Where Jamar went crazy, he's gonna do that again.
Probably.
But the only thing is that they lost all those games. But we're the Cowboys. Obviously, it probably will happen, but it's not gonna happen against us. Like, they're probably gonna come out and, beat us down. But I feel like we'll have a good game if we can get to Joe Burrow, like we did 2 years ago.
So what are your score predictions, Justin? I'm curious on this one.
All right, my score predictions. We have a good game. 35-20.
You
Oh,
think
your stat pad knows.
Cincy?
Your stat
You having
pad
Cincy win or us?
Oh, Bengals.
Oh, okay, I was about to say. I was like, there's no way we're dropping 35 points holding them to 20.
Yeah, not beat Cincinnati.
No,
The
I
fact Noah asked that with a straight face is crazy.
I mean, I had to ask, I couldn't tell. He just said 35-20. I was like, well, do you have Dallas winning? Or look, I don't
thought it didn't have to be said.
I don't think there's a chance in hell that Dallas wins this game. I mean, that Cincy offense is extremely high powered. What you're going to be asking your team to do is get into a shootout. That's what's going to have to happen, because our defense is not good enough to contain Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, and what's that running back's name? Chase Young and Mike Gesicki.
That Yusuf guy's kind of good, bro.
Right, Yusuf too. You've got all these weapons on the Bengals. You got Chase Young, Chase Brown, that's his name.
60 on us, bro.
I don't see it happening. You're asking Cooper Rush to have a shootout with Joe Burrow, and I just don't see it. I don't see it going well, because what you can't do against the Bengals, and teams have found this out, you cannot go 3 and out. Because, yes, their defense is suspect. Yes, their defense struggles. But that offense will light you up. And they're going to score. They're going to score as much as they can. I just I don't think that I don't think they're going to do very well. I'm kind of on board with Justin's prediction. I think 35-14 is what I'm going to go with. I don't think Dallas is going to struggle.
Yeah, Cooper Rush is not that. No garbage time touchdowns for him.
Yeah.
Hey, if I have any quarterback they want to go to a shootout with, bro, I'm taking Dak Prescott.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Taking Dak Prescott. That kid's going to throw that bitch regardless. I don't care if it's 3 people, 2 people. He's throwing that bitch regardless.
I'm not trusting Cooper Rush in a shootout. He's a good game manager.
Yeah.
We're going to a fully loaded gun with a water gun.
The concerning part with the Bengals, though, is their run defense isn't the best, but it's also not a pushover either. So I'd be a little worried about that, and I'm wondering if Dallas is going to try and establish the run. But if they get one-dimensional against the Bengals, it's not going to work. That defense is not great, but it's not the worst either.
Who are their linebackers?
Jermaine Pratt.
And the rest are nobody. No,
yeah, I don't know who the other guy is. I know Jermaine Pratt's crazy. He's crazy underrated.
Yeah. I see them.
Yeah, you never have a bald guy with a beard going at your full speed.
I mean,
bald buff guy with a beard. That's a cute dog. Yeah, you don't want that coming at.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he is cute.
He is the life of that defense.
No, what you know about the Cubes?
Nothing. Not at all. Nothing at all. My dad's a cue ball.
Oh,
your dad's a cute dog? Oh, you gotta give him a stroll one day.
But I know that the Bengals defense is also, hit or miss. Sometimes they can heat up, and that'd be what I'd be worried about. Trey Hendrickson is a crazy good pass rusher. They also have Sam Hubbard, who is pretty
He's been
underrated
trash
as well.
this year.
He
No,
hasn't
he's
been
bad.
he hasn't been great this year, but against Dallas, maybe he could get it going. I don't know who their defensive tackles are. Sheldon Rankins, I think.
I know they got a
think they
rookie.
Who they got?
Yeah, they had that big body.
Jenkins?
Oh yeah.
I have an awesome prediction for the Bengals and Cowboys game. Brandon Cooks go for 300 yards and 5
Oh
touchdowns.
yeah.
Oh, you're on something.
You're just trolling.
Come on, Miles. Damn.
CT.
God damn.
Yeah, I had to leave the call, take 5 real quick. I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that.
Miles, what do you think? What do you think the prediction's gonna be?
Yeah, I'll just hop on Justin's prediction. Like, I don't expect it to be too high scoring, and I feel like it's gonna be like a little close, but not that close. And I feel like we're gonna lose this one simply because of their offense and our lack of secondary, especially if Trayvon Diggs is not back and it's only like Bland and Jordan.
Diggs is playing.
Oh, Diggs is
Is
playing.
he playing? Yeah.
We'll finally get them back both on the same field. Oh
One of them will get hurt.
Hey,
It
one of
happens.
is going to get cooked.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah, I
them's
ain't
going
gonna
to
lie.
get
I got Diggs getting cooked. I got Diggs getting cooked.
Yeah.
I can't
Y'all ready
lie.
for that 50-yard bomb to T. Higgins dunked on somebody? Y'all
So-
ready?
Jamar Chase, 7-11.
I'm telling y'all, bro. T. Higgins for the dunk on somebody is going to look bad.
Just
bro.
to
It's
just
going
to
look bad.
He's
Hard
got the
on that
greatest
for a
aggressive
second.
catch rating ever.
Who's guarding Jamar Chase? Are you putting Trayvon Diggs on Chase?
God,
Hey, Trayvon
Hey,
Diggs
last
2-0
time we locked
against
him
them.
down. Hey,
That is true.
Trayvon Diggs 2-0 against them, bro.
That is true. Damien, what?
Trayvon
Oh,
Diggs-
wait, Miles, what was your prediction? I didn't let you finish.
I said I'll basically the same thing as Justin, like 35 or 14.
Okay, 35-14. Damien, what about you?
You know, I think I don't really want us to do that good, man.
This nigga
I,
wants
I
us
want to lose so we can at least have a high draft pick in the Bengals, just in case they do take someone we want. But I don't think they will because they need a corner. We don't need corners. So I think we'll lose. I think the score is probably gonna be like 42 to like 10.
Damn.
Damn.
God
Damn.
You're not giving us no chance.
Holy shit, 42 to 10?
That's my
I can
nigga,
definitely
bro.
see it
Hey,
happening. Yeah, I can see it happening.
Hey, I got 49-21. I'm not gonna lie.
God damn, 49?
21 points
There-
is two
bro,
generations.
who is going to stop Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, bro? What player on our team got the balls for that? Tell
mean,
me, please. I
We
want
do
to know.
have Diggs and Bland, but like
You're
I know
gonna
he's
have
Van Diggs been
Both of
burnt
them.
toast.
you're gonna have Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, and Jordan Lewis all on the field for the first time in
But
almost
our safety-
a full year.
I'm still mad we didn't get to see the potential of Stephon Gilmore, Deron Blaine, and Trayvon Diggs.
Gilmore's
I'm
cooked.
still mad. Like those first three, like we never really got to see
Yeah.
the potential of that.
But where were you gonna play Stephon Gilmore?
I
Because
think
On the
he's
outside.
Bland in the
On the
slot.
outside.
so
in
you
the
put
middle, bro.
you put Gilmore on the outside and then you kick Bland on the inside to the slot. But what do you do with Jordan Lewis? Jordan Lewis has been great this
No.
year.
I
No, I
say,
mean-
look, you know how you run 3 safeties, bro? I say something got to give. Take one of them trash ass safeties out. I say put Gilmore and Lewis in the inside and have Bland and Diggs on the outside, bro.
So what you
Because
run?
Gilmore's
run
too
f-
slow to control that.
Well, you just run 4 man, basically just run man coverage all game, every game.
That's what we did last year.
All right, y'all. I got us off topic about what it could have been. We can go back. My bad. I got us off.
That's perfectly fine. It don't matter. I think Stephon Gilmore would have been a good addition, or would have been great for this team. But I'm not mad with what we have now. I think we have a pretty good group around him now.
Has he even been good this year?
I'm an all-pro.
Been okay.
He's been all right.
I mean, he's old. I mean, kind of like what Patrick Peterson was in Pittsburgh. Been
Oh,
reliable.
Damien,
I mean, he's been reliable. He's been all right. You know, nothing you write home about.
He's Celtics Shaq right now.
Yeah. So,
now I'm gonna say shit. I'll say like Phoenix Suns Shaq, not Celtics Shaq. Just yet.
damn. It's Phoenix
No,
Suns
Brooklyn
shit?
Nets KG. That's what he looks
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Are we talking about year 1 KG or are we talking about year 2 kg.
No, Brooklyn Nets KG.
Right, that's what I'm
Nets,
saying.
KG. When
That's-
they first came, all the big
You know what?
two.
Oh,
Hell
okay. I
no.
see what you
The
say.
His last stint with the Timberwolves, bro.
Oh God,
Fuck it. He's he's a Pistons Bogdan Bogdanovich.
Current Blake Griffin. He's
Oh,
current
fuck.
Blake Griffin.
Damn, I don't think. No, Blake Griffin's retired. You can't. you can't say that. That's not fair to him. That's mean.
he's Spurs Tracy McGrady.
There we go. That's good. Right there.
Spurs Tracy McGrady.
All right. So we're going to move into the NFL side of our podcast where we talk about different things going on around the NFL. The main event that happened this week was the Aziz Al-Shaair hit on Trevor Lawrence. Aziz Al-Shaair hit Trevor Lawrence on a late slide, was ejected from the game for a targeting penalty or whatever the equivalent was, and since then has now been suspended for 3 games on that hit. Trevor Lawrence is now out for this season with a concussion. Guys,
CTE.
That's CTE, bro. Did you see how his body was, bro? That's CTE. I don't give. That's not a concussion, bro. That's CTE.
The two of them gonna be best friends. It's like work.
That's worse than a concussion, bro. They just stat padding the concussion rates, bro. That's more than that, bro. No, but that's fucking Muhammad Ali. What Muhammad Ali had Parkinson's, bro. That's Parkinson's, bro.
Look,
Hell no.
When the hit first happened, I told you guys I wanted to make this a topic because I had a ton of shit to say about this. Look, when the hit first happened, it looked extremely bad. It looked like he hit him extremely late, and it looked worse than what it was. When you go back and look at the play now, you do see that Trevor Lawrence does start to slide very late. But my issue with it is a defensive player knows what protections the quarterback has. You know that quarterback is going to slide at any time. So my question is, why are you going full speed into a quarterback? And people are saying, I would see on Instagram, people are saying it's a clean hit. You know, he tackled him exactly the way he should have. Well, no, not necessarily, because if he tackled him the way he should have, if he tackled him the way that he did actually hurting Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor Lawrence was still standing upright, not sliding, he was going to take his legs out. So it would have been a low hit on a defenseless runner. So either way, while I don't think
it would be defensive, bro. It would not be defensive.
While I don't think that Aziz Al-Shaair should have been suspended, yeah, he should have been ejected. I mean, look, as a defensive player, you have to understand, like I said, you have to understand that a quarterback has all these protections for a reason. They're the most important piece on the field. And Caib, I agree, he wouldn't have been defenseless at that point if he wasn't sliding. But my point is, he would have still hit him extremely low, and he probably would have hurt Trevor Lawrence. But dude, I thought it was dirty then. I don't think it's as dirty now. I don't think he should have been suspended. But I mean, you gotta think with your head, man. You can't go after the quarterback like that.
And
I'm
I feel like, sorry, my bad.
My fault, Justin.
Oh, you can go, Kay. You had it first.
Okay.
Bro, I go down like this, bro. Like, when you see Patrick Mahomes doing all this shit, like, you know how Patrick Mahomes, like, you don't want to hit a quarterback. All these quarterbacks, you don't want to hit them because you think they're going to slide. Then they go around and do these cheap-ass yards, bro. It all comes down to that, bro. As a defensive player, bro, you don't know when a quarterback going to do some cheap-ass shit like that or they're going to actually slide. So, it's when you fucking baby these niggas the whole time, of course, plays like this gonna happen because a defensive player really doesn't know when a quarterback is bullshitting or not bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Like Kenny Pickett, bro, that fake slide shit. You don't know when a quarterback is gonna pull shit like that.
That shit got outlawed quick when he did that.
Oh yeah, real quick.
When he did that shit was tough, though. That shit was tough as fuck.
That was tough, but it's not allowed anymore. NCAA and the NFL were both like, yeah, we're not okay with that. Because that's bullshit. That is bullshit. You know, if somebody actually got a flag off of that, that's not right. But like I said, Alshire needs to understand the same thing. I get the point about Patrick Mahomes, you know, what he can do and what all these quarterbacks can do when the defense has that fear of, is the quarterback going to slide or not? They have to make a decision. I get that. But for you to launch full force at the quarterback, not knowing if they're going to slide or not, is reckless, in my opinion. I mean, like, I can't say anything because I never played defense. But when you're on defense, you have to have some kind of respect for the quarterback. You have to understand that they can slide at any time, and they are protected. Now, after all that shit, you know, him getting in that big brawl with the other team and then trying to fight other linemen, yeah, he was going to be ejected at that point. I think that's probably what ended up getting him ejected, was getting into all the fights. But look, I think it was a dirty hit at the time. I still think it's kind of a dirty hit, but I don't think he should have been suspended.
I also feel like he should have, like, you know, not made an excuse at first, like with the whole I always played the game aggressive and I always try to play it the right way. Like, just own up to it at first. It felt like, and then I saw this comment today said, I guess I'll be the villain now.
Yeah,
So,
that's bullshit. I mean, dude, like, you got suspended. We get it. It was kind of a stupid suspension, but don't be a prick about it. You still knocked him out of the game. You knocked him out for the season. I mean, he's done. And who knows if that's actually the Jaguars' choice or if it's just because he's that hurt. But you still, that was a bad hit. That was an extremely bad hit.
I agree with that, bro. Like, when he tried to slide, bro, like he was faking that shit. Like when he was trying to slide, he took forever, bro.
He did
Like,
take forever. It was a late slide.
bro, no,
Yeah.
you a defensive player, but you can back me up. You don't really know when a quarterback is actually gonna slide no more. You know what I'm saying? It's harder to tell now because when you got that helmet on and you be seeing all this shit with these quarterbacks, they think they gonna, like, they fake slide a little and they take off for another 5 yards. You don't really know. So I really don't have a problem with that hit. I just say just keep your head out of it because you did do a little too much.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
still,
think
like,
makes it
But that's
dirty.
still a good hit in my opinion. No, it's not dirty in my opinion, bro. At the end of the day, that's football, bro.
Yeah.
Especially you over here, like when you have, let's say this, bro. We see a whole lot of reds going right. Okay, I'm Wolf. I see a whole lot of reds going right, so I'm gonna go right. They just decides to go left. Okay, what am I supposed to do, bro? You
But
know what
like
I'm saying?
but like if you could, like, when you look close at the hit, it's like he leaned there with his arm and like trying to hit him like that. I ain't gonna lie, that's uncalled for, bro.
Yeah,
It's
that's
uncalled for, but
that's
the
where
whole
it
play
becomes sad.
itself.
and he's known for doing these. Like,
Yeah,
he's known for
Oh,
being a
yeah.
dumb
Yeah,
player.
he did
Yeah.
it. He did the thing to Pollard.
Oh, he's known for this. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
see,
know
yeah,
that.
he's done this shit before. Like, that's what I was trying to say with what Miles said, was it wasn't just the hit. Like, if he had just hit him and, you know, tried to pull off at the last second or whatever, okay, that's fine. But once Trevor Lawrence had gone into the slide, that's where he was still going in for the full hit. He hit the top of the head. He hit a defenseless player at that point, and he put all of his force into the head. I understand that it's extremely hard for a defensive player to pull off after they've already launched. But that goes back to the same thing I said earlier. You know the quarterback can slide. So why are you launching full force at a quarterback who you know can slide at any moment instead of just going to wrap him up or do anything like that? It's tackling 101 that they teach you in the NFL and in college to avoid targeting calls. And
I mean, these players know the rules, man.
they know
They know
exactly.
what's going on.
They know the rules. They know the rules. It's not hard to follow. They've been in, I mean, they beat them into your head for situations exactly like this. I don't think the suspension was needed. 100%. I think the suspension was stupid, and I think that was the NFL just trying to make him a statement, pretty much.
Make an
this-
example.
Right, make an example
Maybe
of him. I mean, give him a fine. Right, Damien, give him a freaking fine. Don't don't suspend him, because now you're taking Houston, you're taking their top linebacker away when they're in the middle of a playoff push. I mean, that's bullshit to me. But yeah, I do think the hit was dirty. I think the mechanics of the hit were dirty. I don't think necessarily the tackle was. Because I do get what Caib is saying. I mean, there really was not much he could do, and quarterbacks can be sneaky. They can run in a straight line, act like they're going to slide, and then don't. I get that. But you, as a defensive player, you can't take that chance because you hurt your team.
If he hit Mahomes like that,
Oh
we're
my
praising
God.
that.
Oh yeah, if you would have
Oh, he's so
like,
smart.
Yeah, he would never play. He would never play football again. But we would all love him for that.
We would be loving that. We really.
Okay, so just moving on a little bit, we're gonna stay on one of the more disappointing teams, the 49ers. The 49ers are currently 6-6 at the moment. They just got blown out at Buffalo by the Bills. They're now looking at going the rest of the season without Christian McCaffrey. Brock Purdy did not look good in his one game at Buffalo. And Kittle was not involved. Offensive line did not look good without Trent Williams for a second consecutive game. And their wide receivers are doing next to nothing. Guys, are the 49ers fading?
yep.
Yes.
Thank God.
I don't think they're
They're
fading.
Look. Even at their lowest, we can't beat them. Sean County.
But their championship window is closed, man. Like, I feel like, with Kyle Shanahan's system, it works. It's great. But, injuries have prevailed. I mean, they have gotten to this team the past 5 years. Every Super Bowl, they've always missing some type of player that derails them from getting to the mountaintop. And right now, even with the NFC West still being up for grabs, I don't see them getting it. Their championship windows closed like ours. Just saying.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Damien, you said that they're not fading. What do you mean by that?
I just think the injuries are just the injury bug, man. I think once they get all their players back next year, they're gonna be back.
Yeah, I can agree with that. The only thing that I'd be worried about if I was a 49ers fan, which thank God I'm not.
They're old line, in my opinion.
Yeah, their O-line is struggling. Well, they're missing
got
Trent Williams. That's their lifeblood on the offensive line.
And he's old.
He is old.
But
is
look,
old as
even
hell.
when they had Trent Williams, bro, I said this like a podcast or two ago. Their O-line's never been good. It's just the schemes in the run game. It just makes them look a lot better than what it is. So it gets ignored. You know what I'm
They
saying?
get that ball out fast. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah,
Well,
that's all it is. But they run a West Coast offense, bro.
And they
That's
don't
all
have
it
the wide
is.
receivers to do that anymore. Debo's not been good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Debo can't.
He's so trash.
Debo can't run a route, bro. He can't
Debo's
run a
been
route.
really
And
bad.
then Ayuk,
Yeah, they lost
And he's
Ayuk.
he's
Ayuk is
overweight.
Debo.
Debo's overweight. Now he's out of shape.
Well, it's
Debo
like
out there looking like
He does look bigger.
it's like he's trying to do this in between shit where they run him at running. They have him at running back. They have him at wide receiver, and even some plays in the tight end spot. And it's like he built weight to accompany being a
Yeah,
tight
he's
end and a
fat.
running back. And
he's
it's like,
fat now.
yeah, he's fat. Like he's not
And I-
fast.
James Harden.
And Ayuk was trash before he got towards ACL.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, he was not doing very well.
Shit, I would be too. Hey, nigga, you pay me $100 million. I'm cool for the rest of my life.
Tore his
You talking
ACL.
about- Maybe.
That
when I
that
get
wide
paid,
receiver.
I'm paid.
That wide receiver they got, Ricky Pearsall, he hasn't really.
Yeah, hasn't done nothing.
He
Well,
can't.
He hasn't been getting the ball.
He
And he got
can't
shot.
separate. He can't
he
separate.
he got shot though, and he dealt with a leg injury.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
dealing with a lot. I feel bad for him. That's the
George
one
Kittle is
49ers
the-
player.
What
George
happened to
Kittle
Ron
has been
Jennings?
balling though. I can't lie. George Kittle has been balling.
I love George Kittle, but
I hate him.
nah.
I hate him.
Yeah, so
When
I
he
ain't
did
gonna
that fuck the Cowboys thing, fuck that bitch.
the 49ers
No, we can't say we shook his hand like a good boy.
the 49ers will now be without Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason for the foreseeable future. So who's up next in the in the Kyle Shanahan run scheme?
Y'all remember Garindo had 50 yards and 2 carries against us, right?
Yeah, Isaac
Yeah.
Garindo.
Garindo is actually like that,
Garindo.
bro. That's what I want the Cowboys to get, bro. I wanted the Cowboys to drive Garindo.
He's been good for him. I think that's probably the best spot for him too. He needed somewhere where he could sit.
Yeah.
He like he was the fastest runner, but he ran like a 4.31.
I mean, dude, that team has been through so much when it comes to injuries and fucking Chardavius Ward's daughter passing away, all of that stuff, man. And
Trent Williams lost his son too.
yeah, Trent
Oh,
Williams
yeah.
lost his
Still
son. I mean, prayers go out to those guys. I mean, I'm obviously not old enough to have a son or a daughter, but I can only imagine that is the worst type of pain.
30, start a family.
That is,
Yeah.
Wasn't
Can we
it
take a moment
twins
of silence?
for Trent?
yeah, Trent Williams lost his son, I believe. It was
His son, that was like 7 days old.
yeah, he was
All right.
stillborn.
I have a question for y'all. How do y'all feel about when Niners say that they want Kyle Shanahan gone? How y'all feel about that?
Hey, get him gone.
That's
Give him to us.
crazy.
That's
Give
crazy.
him to us. Give him
Yeah.
to us.
That's what I was
Bro,
saying.
actually be serious. 3 Super Bowls in 5 years.
Like,
Or
come
2
on,
Super
man.
Bowls?
I mean,
I don't know.
He's a
Two
he
Super Bowls.
took Jimmy Garoppolo. He had Jimmy Garoppolo toting that rock.
But he made Jimmy Garoppolo look amazing.
yeah.
Exactly.
Imagine we
He
could
had
do
Jimmy
that.
Garoppolo getting money. Bro.
He's an intermediate pass warrior, though. That's all I can
We need to start a conversation about Brock Purdy. He's way better than what we actually thought, bro.
Oh, yeah. We saw the
Yeah.
one game without Brock Purdy for the 49ers, and whew, yikes.
I mean, they look the same against the Bills, but you know what I'm saying.
Look,
But he was coming back.
I think the Bills game was more of a West Coast team. Yeah, a West Coast team coming to a northern team playing in the snow. They could not handle it. I mean, it looked like an NFL team going up against a high school team. And
And can I say something about Christian McCaffrey? I just feel really bad for him right now.
I do.
Yeah, like he tore, like he hurt himself last time, and he gets back. He's not his best, and now he probably this might be career ending. He might not ever be the same after this. Definitely
PCL.
not top 5 yet. PCL,
PCL is not like an ACL, bro.
Yeah,
PCL like more. PCL's cool, but you could play on PCL unless it's just torn off like.
I mean,
flat.
like, will he ever get back to top 3? You know,
Yeah, bro.
I
Did
think
you
he
see
will.
how, bro? PCL is not that big of an injury.
I think what Justin is saying is with the amount of injuries he's gotten, he stayed relatively healthy last year, and now this year he's back to his kind of injury history ways.
The double magic ran off.
Yeah, right, exactly. But you can play on a PCL injury, but
It's not safe, though.
as a running back, it's a lot more difficult to play on a PCL injury because you do all the cuts, you do all the, you do a lot more as a running back.
Zeke did it in 21.
Right.
He ran 4,000 that year.
Right, and it's not impossible, but Zeke's also a lot different player than McCaffrey. Zeke doesn't do a whole lot of cuts. He doesn't do a whole lot of spins and all that fancy shit that McCaffrey does.
he goes downhill.
He's more of a downhill back, is what I'm saying.
Downhill, yeah.
It's a little easier when you're a downhill back versus being McCaffrey. You're a receiving / elusive back.
Badass.
I feel I do agree. I feel bad for McCaffrey. I don't think it's career ending though. I think he'll come back. The shit about getting rid of Kyle Shanahan though. I mean, Justin, you hit it right on the nose, man. Are you kidding me? Like, why do you want to get rid of the man? He's 3 Super Bowls in the last 5 years. Yeah, he hasn't won any.
We're
mediocre at quarterback.
Right.
We're mediocre at
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the only reason they didn't get to 4 Super Bowls is because their quarterback room exploded. So,
I think if they had Purdy, it was going to beat the brakes off
Right.
of the Chiefs. The Chiefs, bro.
well, they would have played. They would have beat the Eagles, and yeah, I think they would have beat the Chiefs that year.
Yeah,
mean-
they definitely would have.
They were relatively healthy up to that point too. I mean,
Yeah.
they had their quarterback room got so thin. They had Christian McCaffrey taking snaps at quarterback. I mean, come on, man. Nobody can win a game like that. Not even a Kyle Shanahan team definitely can't win like that. But no, if the 49ers fired Kyle Shanahan, yeah, bring him to Dallas. Fuck yeah, I'll take that.
Right?
Hey,
Hell yeah.
I'd love to see what he does with Dak and everyone. Fuck.
It's like you don't fire a coach that's one that has that culture.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
he's
Kyle
built that
Shanahan.
type of
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
Unless you're the Cowboys and your name is Jimmy Johnson.
Watch you imagine if he gets something. He gonna forget how to coach if he ever signs with us, though.
Well, that seems to happen a lot. It
Yeah,
seems,
a lot of people forget how to do their job when they go to the Cowboys, bro.
well, yeah, they get all the media attention. Jerry Jones brings people to your house to show off your house like an exhibit and shit like that. Like, come on,
Jerry
man.
Jones pays you to lose the first round.
I just, man, I don't understand why the 49ers are struggling, because usually they deal with injuries and they get over it. But I think it's just a little too many injuries this year.
Yeah,
Hey,
they just don't have the help.
I got a question.
What's that?
If we all five of us, right? We Deshaun Watson. We say Jerry Jones touched us. All right. Hear me.
Oh, what?
Oh my God.
Hear me out.
Hey, I'm hearing you out.
Hear me out. You just say that nigga just touched us. All right. Well, y'all, and we just make a big case out of it. Hear me out. Let me cook. We get that nigga out of there. We sue that nigga for his job. We can run that team. We can run that football team. you stay with me now. Stay with me now. You know what I'm saying? Would y'all oppose to that? You know what I'm saying? It's a big
I would
payday, but also can risk our life. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know how to answer that.
Me either.
You know, hey, in the bottom of your heart, you know how to answer that. You know,
I'm with you,
what the
Caib.
answer is. Hey, thank you, Damien. You saying what nobody else want to say.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because I would not be doing that. You along with yourself, buddy.
God damn. Look, something that I gotta ask. You think if Jerry Jones, anything happens to him, say retires, dies, whatever,
Die.
obviously his son's gonna take over, right? So, do you think his
God.
son would be more receptive to bringing a GM in, or do you think
I don't
his son
he
will have an
would,
ego?
'cause He's more conservative. He's more conservative than Jerry Jones, bro.
Steven
Jerry,
seems
well,
he seems like
Jerry Jones is a great owner.
he seems like that type of owner that would take a back seat. I don't know. You don't see him. He doesn't make media appearances a lot. He doesn't, do a whole lot of talking during the season. During the off season, he does, but during the season, he's pretty quiet. It seems.
Because at his big old age, he still listens to his daddy.
Yeah,
I
that's
like that.
true.
Shit, I would too if he give me $10 million to do nothing. Hell yeah.
Like, yeah, Jerry, go. Fuck. Like, that check cleared. Go right ahead.
Hey, Dad, I want to sign Derrick Henry. Shut the fuck up and take this $10 million.
Here's the $10 million I was gonna give him. Go nuts.
Hey, you can't be mad, bro.
Okay.
But look, Jerry Jones is a top 5 owner, in my opinion. But my
For sure.
gosh, when it comes to run the football team, yeah. Also, Stephen Jones, bro, let me tell you the picks that Stephen Jones did. Mozzie Smith, Taco Charlton, not Orlando Skadrick. Who was that cornerback we drafted in the first round, like in 2013?
Maurice
14?
Claiborne.
Yes, Claiborne.
Oh,
Yes.
my God.
All of those players were drafted by who? Stephen Jones.
Yeah,
So
he's
do
not
we
a great
really
drafter.
want him to run this team, bro?
Nah.
Yeah, that's the iffy part. That's why I say I really hope Stephen Jones says I don't want to be a GM. I think he'll give it a go for like a year or two, and then if it doesn't work, he'll hire somebody. I think he doesn't have the ego that his dad has.
Oh, we don't know that. That money coming in, so you gotta shut
True.
up. But when
We
that
also
money
don't
is
know.
all in his hands, we're in control.
We don't know anything about his
bless
son. So we're gonna move on to back to the AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are actually the team that last beat the Cincinnati Bengals, are the Pittsburgh Steelers a playoff team? Do you guys think they are? Or do
Sure.
But Russell Wilson, yes, sir. He's been
yeah,
playing out of his mind.
he
I ain't
has
gonna
been playing pretty good.
Yeah, I think they are.
Maybe unlimited.
lie. Unlimited. Unlimited.
If they can just keep George Pickens from fighting people on the
Such a
field, then I
class
think I'll be
out, bro.
fine.
I hate
Nah, he brings back that real football energy from back in the day, bro. I love George Pickens, bro.
you guys
Jordan
think
Pickens
we
have been
would have
playing
beat.
good this year too. It's been a good year for him.
You guys think
He's
we would
always
have beat
had
the
a good year
Steelers
for real.
if they had Russ?
You know, I was a little worried when they made the switch from Justin Fields to Wilson because they were winning
Yeah,
with
I was
Fields.
worried. I was worried. Yeah, I was worried.
But
It makes
Yeah.
sense because like Fields is a good thrower. He has a good arm.
Yeah.
It's just not all the tools in the right place, and he never really had a mentor as good as Russell Wilson. So him seeing all this is really gonna help him more than like defeat him.
I can
you know what I'm
agree with
saying?
that, yeah.
Russell
He
Wilson
was
takes
throwing
more
to the
deep
fan,
shots.
bro.
Russell Wilson takes
Hmm?
more deep shots than Justin Fields.
But let's just not say Justin Fields can't do that because at Ohio State, he was airing that hoe out.
Yes.
And when he had the opportunity, it was a point in Chicago. He was one of the best deep throwers in the league at one point. So it's
A lot
not
of
like
Ohio
let's
State-
not act like he can't
Sorry.
do it.
So here's what I'm gonna say. I think the Steelers will make the playoffs, but I don't think they're necessarily a great playoff team. I don't think they're gonna
Now
make
they're
it
gonna
very far.
win probably because of Mike Tomlin, bro.
I think
Mike Tomlin,
you've got the
Wow.
Ravens in their division, so they're not winning. I don't think they're gonna win the division.
What?
I don't. I just
no,
don't.
the Ravens are not that good for real. Like they're good, but their defense is like touchable. And I think
Their
we saw
pass
the
defense is
Steelers
horrible.
beat them.
Horrible. Like if they
We
let
saw
us
the
come back.
Steelers touch them, bro. We saw
Their
the
pass
Steelers
defense
touch
is not good.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, and
So
that's
say-
Lamar's kryptonite, the Steelers.
Exactly, bro. I don't think it's very like ridiculous to say the
Yeah,
Steelers.
Ravens
like,
never beat the Steelers in how long?
Says Ray Lewis. Nah, just kidding. I don't know. I don't know.
Fuck,
I
I,
believe that Daniel Jones still the only quarterback to beat Lamar Jackson from the NFC.
And
that is
Jalen
pretty
Hurts.
wild.
No, wait, he lost. Yeah, he was.
He lost to the Eagles last Sunday.
I forgot about that. That was a game to forget. Oh,
But man, y'all wasn't there for the old Steelers versus Ravens 2000s. Ray Lewis.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Ed Reed, fucking Hines Ward on the other side with Ben Roethlisberger.
Back
oh
when
my
everything was in black and
Bro.
white.
It's still crazy how we
Back
beat
in-
the Steelers. It's still crazy how we beat the
graduating.
Steelers, bro. And nobody gave us our props for that shit.
We're the Cowboys. We don't ever get props.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really.
Like when we beat Tampa Bay, everybody said they were gonna beat us bad because it's still Tom Brady, and then we beat them and say it's Tom Brady. He's old. They were 8-9. Like
Yeah.
what? They turned the
We were
goalpost.
projected to lose that game, bro. We were projected to lose.
Like they're always gonna switch the
Every-
goalposts.
Oh yeah, of course. They're always gonna switch the goalposts around and move them around, because it's the Cowboys. Like
Like even if we, oh sorry,
if we would have beat the Packers last year, I mean, they would have moved the goalpost and be like, it's the Packers. Like, what do you mean it's the Packers? Like
it's
they,
a playoff game.
yeah, they're a playoff team. You play who you play. It's like, I really want to know the excuses they're going to make if Dallas makes the playoffs and makes a run. I really want to hear it.
They're gonna be like the other team just didn't play for real.
Yeah, the other team just didn't show up. They
Yeah.
all died. That wasn't their
Let's
starters.
Give my Shan Sharp. Let me give Shan Sharp. Give credit to the Cowboys, but the other team just didn't come to play. Still,
Yeah.
Stephen A. They didn't come to play. Stephen A.
I just want to make it a Super Bowl so I can see Stephen A. that next day and see what he has to say. Like
But
what would
Stephen A.
happen?
Y'all know that meme of
The Cowboys are that bad as they used to be. I used to really hate on the Cowboys. I feel like it's more Dan and LaShawn. That's more like
And Emmanuel Acho. I hate that nigga. He's always on LaShawn's dick.
He always. It's so funny watching the media kind of translate from hating on the Cowboys to just feeling bad for them now. And it's like
Yeah.
Stephen
Stephen A.
A.
hasn't really roasted us anymore.
Like, I mean, we don't have. He didn't have to. They kind of just make it up for us. I mean, this would be the season that the Cowboys go to the playoffs. Let's be real. The season we don't want them to go to the playoffs. We don't want them to succeed. They're going to be like, no, we're going to go to the playoffs. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Like, okay,
It's
I
like,
guess.
Whatever we want them to do, they don't do.
Yeah, we
But
don't.
what they don't do.
Oh,
we
we
want
need
them
to
to
start doing that. We need to just be like, guys, we don't want you to win. Go out and lose. just lose every game and don't go to the Super Bowl. Like, I don't look, like I said earlier, I don't give a damn who's at quarterback. I don't care if it's Dak. I will put up with Kaysen. I do not care. If Dallas makes the Super Bowl, I'm getting drunk. I'm getting drunk. I'm not going into work the next day. I started a new job this year, and I told them, I told my coworkers, I was like, yeah, guys, if Dallas makes the Super Bowl, I'm not coming in that Sunday. And they're like,
They'll be on 30 twisted teams.
right. They're like, and then they hit me. They always hit me with the same slick shit. It's like, oh well, we don't have to worry about that for the next 25 years. I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, God damn it, you can't let me have something nice. Fuck.
If the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, every city in Texas is going to be on like some other shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll tell you that parade's gonna start from Arlington to downtown Dallas, and it's gonna probably go down to Waxahachie, bro. That parade's gonna be long.
Bro, we win the Super Bowl. I don't care if we suck for the next 10 seasons. I finally got to see my team win the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, for sure. We can suck for the rest of
After
my
all
life.
those
'cause
years,
you know
for the
I
rest of
get
my
to
life,
hold
bro,
up that
I
trophy.
don't give a fuck.
Just show me one.
We
Just
can
get.
always end up with the number one pick.
I don't even care anymore. So we're gonna move on to a segment called the State of the NFL, where we talk about just various different things around the NFL. Talk about different topics. Not really a topic-driven discussion. So kind of just whatever's going on. The Monday night game, Jameis Winston throwing. Oh my God, I watched that game,
Hall of Fame game.
dude.
I watched that game too, bro. That was probably one of the best games I've ever watched, bro.
Talk
love
about
that.
Solely because of James Winston.
famous
bro. Solely
Jameis.
because-
Hell yeah, bro.
Solely because James Winston and Jerry Judy decided to be Tom Brady and Randy Moss for one fucking game.
God. It don't even matter.
Hey, Jerry Judy-
It's like I love Jameis, but he'll never ever be that guy he was drafted to be. It sucks, but he's still like
He's
To
Superman.
be fair, he was blind.
He's
He was
Superman.
blind his first 5 years in the league. He said he thought Bruce Arians was black.
God.
He was blind, bro.
I mean, look, dude, 2 pick sixes? Are you fucking serious? And a pick six
That
to end the
second
game?
pick six, bro, that second pick six, the receiver should have touched, bro.
Jerry
He just
Judy
loved
went
it, bro.
from being 30th in receiving yards to being 5th in receiving yards.
he has the same as CD
That's
now,
crazy.
bro. And CD has played like what?
I'll be pissed off, bro. But
Dude,
Jerry Judy been hooping these past few weeks, though.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
he's been pretty good.
It was another legacy game by Bo Nix. Best quarterback in the draft class. Let's
I
go.
haven't seen him play that good, bro.
Down Jaden Daniels. Fuck that guy.
No, Bo Nix is probably
Nah,
better
I'm
than
still
him,
taking
bro.
Bo Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix.
Bo Nix been hooping, bro.
Bo Nix is.
He's come very comfortable, and I like it because he was the most polished. I feel he was the more veteran quarterback coming out of the draft.
He was in college for like 500 years, Justin.
Bro,
Yeah.
in 8th grade, he was in Auburn, bro. In
I know,
8th
I've
grade,
seen
he was
that.
in Auburn.
Look, I think that that game was fucking wild. That was like most of the Monday night games always suck. They're always kind of boring. That game had me watching it. Like I usually don't watch them at work. I just kind of listen to them. That game had me glued to my phone. I could not look away. And what was it? It was 3 straight drives where it was touchdowns back to back. They had 2 drives, one play, 1 touchdown drives. That was awesome.
It's crazy because the game started out slow.
Oh yeah, it did. Fucking
And then
what was it? The Broncos punted and then the Browns went down the field and tried to kick a field goal and missed.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think that was probably game of the year at the moment. At the moment. What was the game Cincinnati scored like 30 something? Was that Steelers? Yeah, it was Steelers. It was Cincinnati and Steelers. 40. That's probably game of the year right now. That's got to be game of the year. Did you
Wait, was that?
Go ahead.
No, I think the
Was that last
Cowboys
week?
still got the game of the year, bro.
That was
Against the Steelers.
last week. That's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
the game of the year. I forgot about that one. I'm going to move into college for a second. Did you all see Miami got eliminated from the playoff
No,
contention?
did y'all see Georgia Tech versus Georgia?
Oh my god!
I was at the gym looking at that game, bro. Okay, I live. It was like Georgia Tech was like winning. I go to the gym, look up 42-42. I said, "What the heck?"
Man, it went to 8 overtimes.
That's crazy.
Yes,
Oh
bro.
my god.
That's that Carson Beck legacy game. He's going first round now. He's back in contention. Let's go.
Carson Beck might be the. If I see Carson Beck next to Shador Sanders in the draft comparison, I might turn off the TV, bro.
That's the biggest fall off of draft
Carson Beck,
status.
they really had Carson Beck going number one with no what did Carson Beck even do? I never even thought he was a good quarterback. For
I mean,
real.
he's kind of just a basic quarterback. He's kind of like
he got a good arm, but that's about it.
yeah, he's got a good arm. Kind of some iffy decision making.
Like the Zach Wilson.
Bro, what the fuck
Yeah.
happened to Jalen Milroe, bro?
He's inconsistent. Bro.
He sucks. Yeah, he's inconsistent.
Like, he looked so good in the
He's
beginning. Like,
good, but my gosh, that every other Sunday he might be the worst quarterback ever. Not gonna lie. Then that one Sunday he goes for a 2-game streak. Then that next Sunday, my gosh, he just poops the bed. Not gonna lie.
Hey,
Yeah, he's inconsistent.
I ain't gonna lie. I definitely think that I'm definitely glad that they didn't disrespect Indiana by kicking them out of the rankings like they usually do.
Their defense is crazy.
Yeah.
Their defense is
I mean they
yeah,
lost
that's surprisingly.
they lost to Ohio State, and I was like, I guarantee you that Indiana is gonna get disrespected because they lost to Ohio State, but they didn't.
But really,
They
the
got
quarterback, bro, it wasn't even his fault. They threw like the ball 13 times, bro. They played that game not to lose by a lot. When you play like that, you're going to lose by a lot. You gotta play like ruthless, bro.
well, the quarterback couldn't throw. I watched that game. The quarterback couldn't throw because he was under constant pressure. I mean, there was nothing he could do. Exactly.
Damn, we're getting some great games this Saturday. Georgia and Texas, Penn State and Oregon. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be
Wait,
interesting.
what's that?
Georgia.
Georgia,
SMU
Texas,
versus
and Penn
SMU
State.
versus Clemson, baby.
Oh my god.
Iowa
SMU
State versus
versus-
Arizona State.
SMU finna put BDC to Clemson, bro.
Florida State ended off
the
their
fuck is-
horrible season too.
Stop all that
Hey,
bullshit.
no,
What
no,
happened?
we off now, nigga. We off.
What happened?
SMU versus Clemson, baby.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh my god.
SMU finna put BTAT on, bro.
I will
Real
bet
talk.
$5 on that
We
shit.
could bet two.
Only $5? Are you not that confident, Miles?
I'm not that.
That nigga say you broke. That nigga
But-
say you broke.
I feel like we're gonna win.
Y'all know
Who,
winning
Clemson?
versus Caib, those niggas-
Bro, we haven't lost twice in a row since 2014.
Oh,
Bro, it's not 2014, it's 2024. You're finna get built, bro. I don't give a damn
You
what
see,
you-
hey,
all right.
SMU is like Kevin Jennings finna. Oh, I just love Kevin Jennings.
Look,
Soccer boy.
I don't have to watch Kentucky football anymore, so I'm going to be paying attention to everybody else. I don't want to hear
Bro, how
no
you feel about
shit.
that Georgia game? Oh no, how you feel about that Georgia game though?
Which one? The Georgia Tech game?
No, the Kentucky versus Georgia.
Oh fuck, Kentucky versus fuck. That was when Kentucky always starts good. Like every year, their football team is always really good, but they've never played Georgia that good. And my hopes were super high. I was like, oh my god, this team is making the college football playoffs. I turned on my delusional Kentucky football fan mode, and then we came out. What was it? Next game, and we beat somebody. Hang on, let me look it up real quick. I thought it was a really good showing from Kentucky. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. I've never seen Kentucky play this good, even though I think that the end was bullshit and that was a fumble. Yeah, we came out. We beat Ohio. We beat the brakes off of Ohio. We beat Ole Miss, who was number 6 at the time. I was fucking balls to the wall. I was so excited. And then we lost 4 straight against fucking Vanderbilt of all teams.
Oh,
Auburn,
Vanderbilt's
Florida, fucking man. And then we get our ass tapped by Louisville. Fuck Louisville.
crazy. Nigga, hey, bro, I'm just so glad to see Florida State doing so bad after they do a fucking hissy fit last year about the playoffs.
Well,
Yeah, they definitely proved it.
yeah.
Yeah, bro, I'm just
They
so
proved
glad.
why they weren't in
talking
the
about
playoffs. Dude, that head coach, I don't know, what's his name? That fucking head coach they got?
They got that Florida boy. What's his name? Nirvana. Nirvana, something like that.
Napier.
Norvan.
I don't know. They're trash. They need to be. That guy needs to be fired. That whole team needs to be demolished. DJ ugly ass needs to be kicked to the curb.
Yeah,
You go
bro,
la,
I just doing his fucking
DJ,
story.
you need a job today. DJ, you need a job.
Fuck. He's gonna be like Tua's brother going to the draft. He's gonna go
He ain't gonna be
undrafted, go play in
flipping McDonald's
CFL.
burgers. He's gonna be
Tell
rapping
you-
Taco Bell burritos.
The Cowboys finna draft him, bro.
Fuck that. It's gonna be like when Dallas was considering drafting Max Duggan. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I was just about to say that. Oh my
I thought
gosh.
Max Duggan was a first round talent, in my opinion, bro.
Only because of that Cinderella story with TCU. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Look what
Yeah, I
happened to
know, like, I
TCU.
didn't know that much about college football with Max Duggan, so like I thought he was like a first round draft pick in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought he was a baller. Bro. I don't even care. I watch college football. I'm just saying. He
I mean-
looked like a baller.
Yo, I'm a Virginia Tech fan. What did y'all think of our chances before the season? Because I feel like we were starting to get good, and then that
Tyron
Miami
Jones,
game
bro.
fucked us up.
Tyron Jones is like he's him. In my opinion, I
Thank
like
you.
Tyron Jones, bro. Tyron Jones is gonna be a real good player.
Thank you, man.
I don't know
and I
shit
like
about
our guy
Virginia
Basil
Tech.
Tootin.
I don't know a damn thing about Virginia Tech. I just know that basketball
Look,
season is
Tyron
coming
Jones-
up, and Kentucky is ranked number 6. So that's all I care about.
Tyron Jones transferred Shador, and he's from Texas. So I know a lot about.
You think Cam Ward's draft stock took a hit with missing the
Yes.
playoffs?
Yes, because we're seeing his flaws really affect him, bro. Like y'all talking about Shador, y'all think Shador holds the ball and like do a lot of bonehead plays sometimes. Watch Cam Ward play. He does a lot of bonehead plays. It just works because he has way more talent than Shador does.
So
And
who's
Shador has some talent.
who's the most pro ready quarterback? Is it Shador?
Shador, because look,
Shador.
if you look how Cam Ward plays, that's not going to translate. He has the most fumbles in college football, bro, with a better O line. He has one of the best offensive lines in college football. And you tell me he has one of the most sacks solely because he's holding on to the ball. When Shador holds on to the ball, he moves around. Cam Ward's just a sit and dunk in the pocket most of the time, bro.
That is
Like,
true.
He just standing there. Plus, he tried to do that lazy boy to try to look cool and clip arm, bro. That's just not working in the NFL, bro. Shador, his footwork, only thing I can say about Shador that could be worked on is his footwork sometimes. Because his
And
footwork can
Shador.
look a little wonky.
And Shador got an arm.
Well,
Cam Ward has an arm too. Shador does have an arm. I'm not even gonna sit there. But we're talking about pure accuracy. Shador's the best quarterback when it comes to pure accuracy, bro.
Well,
It's not a ball he can't throw.
Yeah, Shador, yeah.
he's gonna go from Colorado, which has a kind of middling offensive line, to probably New York, who
Oof.
doesn't have a great offensive line either.
I'm gonna be
think New
called the
York
Black
offensive line-
Black in the Seas. I don't know.
I feel like him and Brian Dable would do good though together.
Exactly. 'Cause look, he has a good receiving core. Malik Neighbors, we already know how he is.
Yeah,
Wan'Dale
Wandale Robinson
Oh,
was
Wandale.
extremely underrated.
And Darius
Darius
Slayton.
Slayton is good. And Hyde is really good to me. He gets open, he just doesn't get the ball.
He doesn't catch the
Hyde
ball.
gets open.
Yeah, he can't catch the shit. I ain't
He gets open.
But it's bad this year.
He gets. We talking about a person that can create separation. Hyde's your guy. But you talking about catching that football?
Nah,
Yeah.
nah. Jalen Hyatt is buns. I'm sorry. I'm not
What?
giving him any. I'm not giving him any props. Fuck that
What?
shit. I'm not
I'm
giving
gonna
him
say
any
I think
props.
buns, bro.
I think
You kind
potential.
of got to look at these quarterbacks and also see how they're affecting it too. Because
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
like,
When you not
Uh,
getting the accurate ball, you don't know how you supposed to catch it for real, bro. You getting a duck.
behind
I
balls.
wanted him after that performance he had against Alabama. I was like, bro, this dude is a fucking dog.
I wanted the Cowboys to draft him. I thought he was a first round pick. I really did thought because he
he
won Biletnikoff.
he was a fringe first rounder. So he dropped to round 3, didn't he?
Yeah,
Because that
that's why I
was
was surprised.
the grade he had on him on himself was fringe first rounder, top second round, and he fell all the way to the third. But he fell because he had drop issues in college, and
Yeah.
It was his
Yeah,
frame.
y'all.
It was mainly his frame, bro.
I got this
yeah,
crazy question.
What's up?
What does Mel Kiper do when there's nothing, to do when the draft doesn't come around? Like, what does he do?
oh, he
Does
talks
he just
about
He scouts the
he
player.
talks about how defenses suck.
I only
That's
see
weird,
the
but
draft comes around. That's the only time I ever see that
we,
guy.
can we start a conversation about how the quarterback position is slowly dying because there's so many good quarterbacks in the league to the point where like the need for quarterbacks is going down and down, bro.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be a team somewhere in some year that is going to need a quarterback. I mean, look at Pittsburgh. They needed a quarterback at the time because Roethlisberger had just retired and they were trying to roll with Mitch Trubisky. That didn't
Mason
work.
Rudolph.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
So,
Yeah,
And they won games with that kid, bro. They won games with him.
I mean, Mason
That's just
Rudolph
crazy.
is kind of like Cooper Rush. He's a good,
No.
decent-ish quarterback who can win you games. I mean, I think. I
Bro.
mean, you could be onto something though.
what happened to the Falcons, man?
Oh, Kirk Cousins.
Having his yearly. It's yearly,
Like, I
bro.
want-
Please don't act like it's a surprising thing that Kirk Cousins do his yearly fuck up, bro.
Ah, fuck.
It's yearly, bro.
I want to see Michael Penix get a little shot, even though they do kind of
Hey.
have a chance to still make the
At
playoffs.
this point, at this pace, he's going to get it.
Well,
At this pace.
the only way that the Falcons could make the playoffs would be winning the division, which they can do.
But the Bugs are coming back though.
Yeah.
They just got to beat us. We're good. They're
Did
good.
you
But-
did you see Baker get hurt? Kyle Trask came in for like 3 plays, and then Baker came back in and immediately threw a pick 6.
Yes, bro. He told me about fucking fantasy.
Bro, I lost because Bo Nixon kneeled the ball, bro. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I want to hear
sorry.
about losing because of a pick 6.
Bo Nix is going to be 30 years old, and he's going to win Offensive Player Rookie of the Year over Jalen Daniels, Jaden Daniels. I mean,
Bro, it should be Brock Bowers though. That's the shit that pisses me
yeah,
off.
Let's not-
he's been
See, now I'm
great.
thinking the offensive rookie of the year is kind of becoming a quarterback award. Even though Garrett Wilson won it like 2 years ago, I'm starting to think it's becoming a quarterback award too.
Well, Garrett
Every
Wilson,
offensive award-
he only
award is a
won that
quarterback
because that
award.
what was that the year
Yeah,
that
that
was
quarterback draft
Yeah.
class was fucking bun.
it was Kenny Pickett and
Yeah, yeah.
fucking
Kenny Pickett's a ball.
Malik Willis and
yeah, Malik Willis and
Desmond
Will
Shitter.
Levis.
Desmond
And
Shitter.
Sam, no, Will Levis was last year.
Was it
Yeah,
last
Anthony Richardson.
or no? It was 2 years ago. Yeah, you're right. It's
It was last
Anthony
year.
Richardson.
Will Levis on that. But yeah, it's
Bro,
becoming a
look.
quarterback award.
No, I got a serious question though.
Yep.
When I turn 30, how old are you going to be?
Well, how old are you now?
I'll be 30.
You're
I'm
how
20
old?
right now.
You're 20. I'll be 33.
Damn.
Wait a minute, how old are you? No,
23.
Damn. Oh shit.
I don't sound like it. I know.
You don't got that much.
You're pushing 90s, bro. You're pushing 90s.
Damn.
Damn near 90s, baby.
At one point, I was the
Hey.
oldest person in our group chat.
Oh, you still are, buddy.
I
Bro,
thought,
Ruben old ass is the oldest one in the group chat.
how old
At
is
one-
Ruben?
Is he even in the group chat no more?
That nigga was like in his 30s.
Fuck.
No, Ruben's 22.
That must be before my time. Who's Ruben?
Ruben's 22.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that'd be before you.
Yeah, it was before Justin.
Name me how old you gonna be when I turn 30, bro.
Derek's
Ruben
in,
said
his,
the only reason
Derek's in his 30s.
We're the same age, Caib. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Derek, that's my homeboy. He's 19, bro.
Is he?
Oh, I'm about to say.
Yeah, that's my homeboy.
Oh, well, I'm
That
just
nigga
talking
don't
out of my
look like
ass
30.
then.
Ruben said the only reason he doesn't stay because it messes up his phone because we text too much.
Why
Apparently.
didn't he just mute the chat? Just mute the group chat. That's what I do.
That's
Pop
what I
in.
do. Niggas be saying. That's why I was like, Miles, why do you keep saying shut the fuck up in the group chat when you can mute that
Yeah,
shit?
just mute the group chat, and then when people want to
No,
talk,
I'll be
I'll
playing
be
when I
doing-
say that shit. I'll be playing.
Nah, Mal got his ass banned on 4 different accounts. Bro. That needs to be studied.
no, but
That nigga Alex is from the band.
I think, damn, I completely lost my train of thought of what we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about Brock Bowers. Yeah, he's amazing.
He's a dog.
He is a dog.
He's the next great tight end.
I hope he's not like Laporta though.
Oh
Where he
my
has his-
God.
like,
Come on,
something-
show me.
He has a down year.
Yeah.
I just felt like
You
Laporta
talking
was the
about
product
Trey,
of his, offense. Product of whoever the offensive coordinator was. Because it felt like he was getting the ball almost every time. Like
Well,
between him and Amon-Ra.
Laporta also, doesn't have to be that receiving threat because Jamison Williams is finally becoming what people thought he could be. You've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, or not Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond,
Jameer Gibbs.
Jameer
Yeah,
Gibbs,
Gummy.
Sonic and Knuckles. I mean, and fuck, Penei Sewell can catch, so he doesn't really have to.
Bro, y'all saw that one play on Thanksgiving? That nigga snapped the ball and he tried to do a run play with his ass.
Yeah,
The Lions
He's
just having
gonna
fun,
do it,
bro.
bro.
The Lions are just having fun. They're about to coast their way to the NFC Championship.
They tried to put Taylor Decker and give him a slant route, bro. That shit made me mad, bro. Cause that's just trolling, bro.
wouldn't it be?
It was bad.
I wish we had an elite coach that just trolls like that, bro. I just want that one day, bro.
Wouldn't it
But
be
Dan-
funny
Dan
though?
Campbell's a perfect coach for.
Oh
Detroit.
yeah, 100%. Wouldn't it?
The perfect coach.
It would be hilarious if Dallas made it to the NFC Championship and went up against Detroit. That would be one hell of a matchup.
I won off the refs
First
again.
play, Taylor Decker, port eligible.
Bro, I know that pissed Dan Campbell off so bad because he took that shit out on all of us that game. I think that was my first game in the group chat.
Yeah, they fucking what was it? In earlier this season, they lined up 17 plays with linemen as eligible to go downfield.
And scored everything.
Yeah, they scored every single
Know
time.
that shit.
They were mad. They were like, "Fuck that! We're gonna make a point on this shit." I don't know,
Oh
man.
my gosh, that makes a point.
I think it's going to be an interesting rest of the year. I'm really concerned. I'm really intrigued on if Dallas will make the playoffs, but it'll all kind of depend on what the rest of the NFC does. If the NFC just sucks, the Eagles fall apart somehow, which it's a Sirianni coach team, so it's always possible.
What if we sweep the Commanders or beat the Eagles at least once?
So for us
Yeah,
to, I can actually pull it up. So for the Cowboys to have an 80-something% chance, they have to, let me pull it up. If the Cowboys win out, they go up to a 79% chance, 80% chance to make the wild card. If they lose against the Eagles, damn. If they lose against the Eagles, they go down to a 7%.
Damn.
If they lose to the Commanders, they're out of the playoffs. If they lose to just the Bucks, they go down to a 9%. So they cannot afford to lose a game if they want to make the playoffs.
So win out, pretty much.
Yeah,
We have
pretty
to win
much.
out.
They have to win out. If they win out, then
Well, that's
they're
not
pretty much a lock to make the playoffs. But yeah, like Damien said, I don't think it's going to happen. Let me see what happens. If they lose to the Bengals, what happens? Oh, damn. If they lose to the Bengals, it doesn't even matter. They lose to the Bengals, they go down to a 13% chance, even if they win the rest of their games. So,
Damn.
Lose the game. We're losing that
Just
game.
lose.
yeah.
Just lose.
They lose. any other game after the Bengals, they're out of the playoffs. They have a less than 1% chance to make the playoffs.
Good.
That little 0.2%.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
they would have absolutely no chance to make the playoffs if they do not win out.
Good. Fuck.
Let's bring up a random team and just talk about them that nobody knows.
Can we talk about this Sophie Rain girl made $43 million off of OnlyFans, and that's more than Lamar Jackson this year.
Jesus Christ.
What?
She's
That's
making
so
$43 million this year off of OnlyFans, and her top supporter gave her $5 million.
Jesus
40
Christ.
40 niggas will reign supreme, bro. It will make you
Look,
make worse life decisions.
She don't even be getting fucked. It's just ass pics, bro. Nigga, if you don't get in that, nigga, you don't text a woman,
Right.
you don't get that for free. What the fuck?
Go to Pornhub. That shit's free, man. Like, and you get to see video? Like, come on, man. She's just
Go to
showing you a
Reddit,
still picture.
Just get on Reddit,
Niggas
bro.
get off on that, and it's insane.
Fuck.
Just
Man.
get on Reddit.
Right. Go to Reddit. I need a good time. I'll pay you a bunch of money. Okay. Reddit. That's fucking insane.
Some women that got good bodies have life on easy mode, bro. All they gotta do is just post an ass pic, and that's $2,000 right there, at least.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Like, Justin, start doing that shit, bro. Start doing OnlyFans. No, I'm playing.
we have gotten to our 2-hour mark, guys. So that is actually going to be the end of the podcast. I think it was a pretty successful one. We were able to keep everybody through the entire podcast. So I do appreciate everybody who's watched. To catch us live, every week we go live at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or 8 o'clock Central Standard Time every Wednesday. So I will also upload any of these podcasts onto my YouTube channel, which is linked in my Twitch panels. So if you missed the live, don't be afraid to go check me out on YouTube. Guys, do you have anything you want to add before we shut this shit down?
No, I'm
Caib will
good.
make more than Sophie Rain.
Fire Mike McCarthy.
All right, guys. Well, let's hope for a big dub on Monday. If not, regardless, we're gonna be live next week. So you guys have a good rest of your night. Okay.
All right, you too.
Thank you. Embrace the tank.